is up, everybody? So we are day 4 on this new free-to-play account. We got our first champion up to 60. We got Tholen. We are working on some food. We've got a few ready to take another champion up to 5. I'm thinking maybe Ugo. Debating on Ugo or Venomage. I threw some epic books into Ugo though because Hydra is definitely going to be a focus early on. So probably going to be her. Trying to see if any of these promo codes will work. That one says it's expired. EP 500. Gotta be on the Plarium map for that. You know what? Let's see if there's anything on YouTube about any new codes.
Well, I think she wants to try to kill me.
Stop the music.
What's up, legends? How's life? What are we grinding today? Warm up those fingers right now.
Stop the music.
What's up, legends? How's life? What are we grinding today? Warm up those fingers right now, because you're going to be typing in today's codes.
So according to that, that's just a scam. Nothing works on it. E-Part? I remember that one a few weeks ago. Maybe it's still active. Yeah, it's still active. Okay. We used it on one of our other accounts. Dude, that is crazy. Why is this in here? Look. They're offering, let me find it. Well, where'd he go? There. It says, get 4 of them, 4 primal shards and 200k for $25. Or, you can just go to the standard shop and get them for $5 a piece, or you can get a pack of 5, or no, that is a 4-pack for 25. But either way, they're only $5 a piece right here. So why would you spend 25 for 4 when you could buy 4 for 20? Makes absolutely no sense. What do we think about Lightsworn for the arena? We've never, that's one champion I've never used on any of my accounts. I've been meaning to build him up to use him in Fire Knot on this account. Let's go ahead and throw some brews into him. What's he do anyways? What's he rated in the arena? 3.8, so probably not. What about Jingle Hunter? What's he rated in the arena? 4.2. Let's take a look. He does put a big version of increased defense and revive on death on all allies. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, but he does have that. And he also puts a decreased attack and a decreased speed, both big versions, for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. And he's got a triple hitter A1 that decreases turn meter by 10%. So it's not really a bad kit. Let's see what his multipliers are.
he wins, then we won't call the cops. I'll give him a deal. So there's Baby Peach, the innocent Baby Peach who he is coming to defile and dominate like the daddy he is. Matt is about 25 minutes away. And, we're gonna find out what he's all about in just a bit here. So stay tuned.
Got a hard hitting A2.
I don't know if you like it or not, but my friend Harley's here. She's 15, but she married Nick soon. Hey, you thought he was cute, but not this cute. Yeah, I know. What? I think you are. Oh, I thought it was gonna be different. Yeah, it's okay. Here's your controller. Are you good at Mario Kart?
I haven't played Mario Kart since PS2.
Oh,
So,
that's really old.
yeah.
Oh.
going on, Daddy? You like to be called Daddy, don't you?
Me?
Yeah. You with your shirt off there? And the hot and ready pizza? Do you prefer Daddy or Matt?
Matt.
You prefer Matt? So you don't want me to call you Daddy? Okay. Well, Matt, could you just have a seat for me? Yeah, I just have a couple questions for you here. So, what's going on tonight?
Your identification, please. I don't have any.
You don't have it on you? Do you drive here without a license? Well, that's one crime in itself there, Matt. You want to guess what the other crime is that you're committing tonight?
Gonna have a good crit rate.
What? No, think long and hard. It's okay.
I know what it is. I just,
Yeah. Well, what do you think it is?
you're not,
Sorry, what was that? It's okay.
not,
No, not that. Something with though, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I know I'm thinking.
Blanking. Maybe I could help. You want to phone a friend, maybe? Do you want to phone a friend? Help you out?
No,
Okay. Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is. It looks like, from what I have here, it looks like you're here to have sex with... Does that sound about right? That's what you're here to do tonight?
Huh?
What do we have there? What else is there? Could you hold that up for me? Could I see the...
What's the crit
Condoms.
rate up to now?
Okay, that's what you brought tonight. Do you want to give that to Chet
Yeah,
here?
we can leave it.
And
at
what else
that.
did you bring? Okay, so a whole,
Chest and a
so it
shoe.
looks like you brought a whole starter kit. We can just take down documentation of that. So, well, I'm gonna get to that in a minute, Matt.
Maybe I
Now,
should've
first of all, I just want to
bandaged
know
you.
what was your
Fucking
plan here tonight?
I need to build mine up on my free to play. We need to
knew it
try
was
them out
wrong
with the
and
names
I-
here.
Well, we see if you look over there, man, we can see kind of what the plan is. Yeah. Yeah. So what were you saying though?
My plan was to come here and have sex, but
Okay.
I was scared and I didn't even want to, and
Then why did you? What up? It's your boy Sellout Skeet here, and I want your money. Today, I'm here to talk to you about Bay Smokes. F that weak ass that Matt was trying to distribute to those cupcakes. I'm here to put you onto that good Bay Smokes makes a really high quality product that's
Freaking
guaranteed to get
forge a good
you
reception.
feeling good. And before you ask, yes, we're talking about 100% real gas here that's legal in all 50 states and ships right to your doorstep. Right now, they're offering a free 3.5
You're selling
grams of
weed?
straight up gas that anyone can claim by clicking the link down in the description below. Well, I've been your boy Sellout Skeet, and I'm out. Let's get back
That's
to the video.
crazy.
it's been a while since I have, and she started talking to me, and one thing led to another, and
Okay, I believe you said it's been around 2 years since someone has touched you, was it? Since you've been touched. Just physically touched at all, or touched in a certain way? What did you mean by that? Touched at all. Okay. So you wanted this looks like to touch you? Is that what you wanted tonight? Okay. Now, Matt, why not an adult?
I don't have enough feelings, to be honest with you. Like, I not really like into.
Yeah, they got me on
You're
that.
not?
Huh?
You're not in?
Not really. I mean, like, she was the only one that was.
But what about the dialogue I heard from the room in there? You seem to be excited about the other younger girl being here, too.
And I said I didn't really have a problem with
You don't have a problem with that? You said it was, I believe you said it was a good surprise or a nice surprise. Is that how he worded it? I think that's what you said. Pleasant surprise for you? And you ask her if she grows hair downstairs. Now, why would you want to know that if you're not interested in younger girls? Then you ask her if she heat of the moment. Okay, looks like you're in the heat of the moment now. You're sweating an awful lot.
Also, we should probably worry about growing hair on the back of her head when she's growing hair on the bottom.
I would have to agree. You ask her about peach fuzz, if she likes peach fuzz. Do you have any peach fuzz going on? Okay. You ask if she wants you to eat her blank.
Oh, nice.
You ask her
Very
if
close
she
to accuracy from that alone.
she wants you to eat her blank.
Actually, it'd
Why'd
be
you ask that?
31.
And Matt, I gotta ask, what's going on here in this image that you sent? You in the mirror with your shirt up, showing your abdomen, and it looks like you got a little half chub going about there. Not very impressive. I don't know why you want to boast about that. I mean, why send a picture like this? Don't you think this is just a little bit inappropriate?
Oh, you going for a turtle team?
Then why'd you send it, Matt?
So right now, we don't know.
Just heat of the moment. How long were you in the heat of the moment? It seemed like you were in it for a few days, if that's your excuse.
Honestly, every night I knew I should have ended it, and like, I can't do it, and
Okay. Yet you still asked to see her butt. You say that her boobs look like the perfect size. If you think they're small, I can't wait to see how big your butt is. Hee hee hee. You ask her if she's going to wear something sexy for when you come over. You talk about how you can't wait to cuddle. All you got to do is rub your booty against me. So got your GPS on there. You say you're curious to see what her body feels like. Or looks like, I'm sorry. I'm sure you want to know the other one too. So Matt, was there nothing else you had to do tonight? So what makes a man drive a whole hour to... I mean, we'll just call it what it is, Matt. You had a good amount of time to think about your decision before coming here on your way. You know, so why? I mean, you didn't think, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this. I mean, obviously you didn't, but because the whole time you were on the way here, you were still writing a very graphic erotica novel. It seemed like in your text messages.
what am I being charged with?
I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Okay. I mean, you talk about how if she only uses one finger and it's tight around her finger, then it's really, really tight. Would be easier if more fingers would slide in. That means it's looser. And then you talk about how you want to role play. You call yourself daddy. You say you're gonna talk dirty to daddy.
Is A2 in the first form instant activate the necrosis?
His pants are awfully dirty. How dirty were you trying to get with this? Come out. Oh, that's why your pants are dirty. Okay. So you even had a flat tire on your way here. Some would say that's maybe a sign that you shouldn't do it, and you pumped up the tire and you were on your way anyway. It's just crazy. And then you say, do you want to see daddy's... I just don't believe it, man. Hey, man, I gotta ask, so in this picture you sent of your point of view when you were driving, what happened with the windshield there? You had a deer a couple weeks ago. Did you file an insurance claim or anything? Do you not have insurance? Also driving without insurance. Okay, we'll add that one to the list as well. Man, why are you crying? Now, your life isn't over, but this is one of those things that you can't just walk away from, Matt.
My life is over before this, honestly. I mean, I had so many problems going on.
Why was it over before this?
Well, I can't hardly pay my rent because I lost my job a while ago, and then it took me a while to find another job. It's gonna be homeless, or well, actually not even that, because I'm riding the prison direct.
We'll see what the higher ups want to do. But like I said, we'll get to that in a minute. I mean, you asked how many rounds she wanted to go. How many condoms were in that pack? 3. So were you trying to go 3 rounds with her? I know she only got
Is
2
this
races.
the same
done.
dude we just beat?
3, so 3 rounds, you could say. He said you might regret that. I can multiple times and still be hard. Man, that's just such a crazy thing to say to
100%. It is disgusting.
So did you feel like that when you were sending these messages?
As soon as I sent my
So after you sent them, then you felt like that.
Man, everybody's
Yeah,
going for turbo
right.
teams tonight.
But what possessed you to send yet another message and another message like that? Seems like you were just kind of going back and forth with your moral conscience. It's like, well, it's like you had an angel on one shoulder and P Diddy on the other.
The demon was bigger than the angel, so
Now, I think you had P Diddy on the other shoulder. I mean, that's worse than a demon. I think what you're doing here is more on the P Diddy scale of things. Some really bad stuff.
100%.
Now it's like you had the angel on one shoulder and P Diddy on the other. Man, I don't know. Have you done this before? This is your first time. Now, Matt, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, could have probably upgraded to a deep dish. That's all I'm saying. Well, you get what I'm saying either. You get what I'm saying either way. It's just I've heard it many times.
Normally,
been in this business a long time.
Go after older women.
Like how old do you usually go to? 40s, and you're how old? 30. Okay. Now, Matt, I'm not gonna lie, this is a hard 30. Now, I'll be 30 next week. Are you on any drugs, substances, anything like that? You just do marijuana? Okay. There was one message I was looking for specifically that I wanted to ask you on. Can you request what? The state of Michigan doesn't have the penalty, Matt. No, you'd have to go down to Texas for a thing like that, for instance. Yeah, they don't do that here, unfortunately. Yeah, you said each lasts longer than the previous one. All right, Matt. Well, do you have anything else that you have to say for yourself? Matt, if you could please just please just sit down, please. I just have a couple more words for you. So, is there anything else you have to say?
Well, I'm feeling sorry to both of you.
I know you've said a couple things just now, but what do you think should happen to someone that does a thing like this?
Tanky.
Actually, both.
Do you think you should be? That's interesting. I gotta say, I haven't heard that one before. It's the first time I've heard that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Matt, I'll tell you what. You've done a terrible thing, but today could be your lucky day. You may have a chance to be let off the hook here. If you can manage to beat me in a game of Mario Kart, we could maybe let you go scot-free. What do you say?
Pick up the sticks.
Do you want to pick up the sticks and try? See where it goes?
You can, but I don't.
Okay,
Let's go
well,
for a freeze team.
we'll see where it goes. You were using Luigi? Okay, I can see you as kind of a Luigi kind of guy. I thought you might have picked Bowser, though. Honestly. And yeah, I'll just use Baby Peach. It's cool. Let's go to the next race. So yeah, hopefully I remember how to play this. I haven't played in quite some time. Alright, so yeah, hopefully I remember how to play this.
Where's Hildy? There we go.
Oh, I started with the boost. I got it. Baby Peach's card is kind of slow in this one. Some good old-fashioned drifting there.
Excuse me. We may regret that decision. I don't know if we're going to be faster than him or not.
You still, so if, even if you win, you think you still deserve to get. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a minute, man. Oh, damn it. That damn red shell. Oh, another one hit me? Are you kidding me? What is with all these red shells? Oh, I'm right behind you, Matt. I'm right behind you. I'm trying to. I keep getting hit by red shells. Oh, Matt, you're good. I didn't think Matt was as good at Mario Kart. Okay, I just passed him. Oh, he passed me.
And then Baby Mario.
Oh, then, oh, damn, another baby. We gotta keep those babies away from Matt. Oh, he might try something with them. He did.
Oh,
I'm right on him.
He's got that new mythical.
He's in first.
We're gonna not ban her just so we can like try her out.
I'm almost there. So close to him.
Venezia.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were gonna have to let him go for a second there. My heart was racing. Whew. Oh, sorry. What was that? You don't think you should, even if you won? Okay. I mean, you did go from, second to 9. So, yeah.
No, they're in the.
That was intense. I haven't played Mario Kart in a minute. I was hitting those drifts though. I was hitting those. Oh, thank you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You weren't so bad yourself. It's just what you're here to do today was kind of. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, just for now. We're well, Matt. I mean, if that's all, you have to say, then what I had to let you know here is that I'm Steve Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. We're doing an online series about adults who are trying to meet up with
Oh, that wasn't bad.
sex. And you've just been skeeted in 4K, both in real life and in Mario Kart just now. Anything else you have to say, we'd love to hear it. Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait patiently for the authorities to arrive. It's just a sad thing, Matt. Well, that's going to be up to them when they get here, Matt. Did you want to finish? You're right at the finish line, Matt. You're right there. Okay. I'm just saying this is maybe the last game of Mario Kart that you play for a while, so you might want to, just finish it. You're just right there, There you go. Okay, now we finish. It's a good thing you didn't finish you stop that from happening today.
Honestly, if I did, I'd probably go home just because I was stuff that I was.
So Matt, what's gonna happen after this? I mean, whether you leave here in handcuffs or not, are we gonna go out and do a thing like this again, or?
Absolutely not.
Let's hope.
Honestly,
We'll go for a go second
website just because it's not right.
And hope that
Right. I think we can all agree it's not
Ratman
right.
ain't got any stone skin, which he probably does.
Well, I hope it gives a lot for you to think about here, Matt.
He probably messed
And
up on
you say you're
here.
all night. Just I also hope you don't go that route, and I hope that your life isn't over. But Matt, it's just one of those things that we just can't excuse, or you just can't just let it go. But I'm sure within prison they'll be able to get you some kind of help in there. I mean, do you see a therapist?
I used to see one for a while.
Okay. When's the last time you saw them?
Before I broke my back.
Okay. Now, Matt, maybe you should go back.
Wow.
Seems like you
That was
have
not a very
major problem.
well-built rat.
I
His
only
bombs
stopped
didn't
going
do shit.
because I couldn't afford it.
Okay. Well, there's programs
least
you can
not
get
the
into that
Empress.
will help you pay for that and get you the help you
I think
need.
we'll be okay.
That's what we want to do for you. Well, you know, when the police arrive, they'll definitely be able to point you in the right direction for that. Get you in contact with someone. Well, I'm glad, I'm glad you're still here today, man. I'm not glad you're here, and right here, right now, but, you know, I'm sure there's people out there who love you.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, what about before this?
They did, or usually probably about today.
You sure you don't want a slice of pizza here, Matt? Do you want some weed? Smoke some weed and calm your nerves now? Okay. Per pleasure, Trojans. That's good. He at least thought of her first. It's pretty nice in that regard. Wait a minute, Matt. Didn't you say that you had a big in the chat log? You didn't. Oh, did he just say? Oh, you said it was small. Okay, I was just making sure because okay, that does align with the size of the Trojans here. It does align with it. Yeah, looks like normal size. Pretty typical. I mean, he didn't bring magnums, so.
You know, it might be a needle, but it moves like a sewing machine.
True. It's all about how you use it. We didn't hear a whole lot of it. What was he saying?
Just like stuff you're gonna do with me.
Oh, both of you. So you wanted both of them, Matt?
Say it back, like going into like detailing.
Okay. Well, what did you say? And when you were out here talking to them? Be down for it to have sex? Both of them? Okay. That's about what I thought.
Going on right now.
Yeah, I understand. Did you want her to call you daddy as well? No. If you're going to be a daddy, you should only have one sub. So, man, I'm just curious. Do you send this picture around often? This one. Do you send that? No. So you just took that the other night and sent it to her? Okay. Because I was going to ask how much play this gets you. Because I mean, okay.
Have you ever watched that hat before?
I don't know how to walk that.
Surprised
throw
you
it in
banned
the wash.
Loki.
No, I just put on gentle and wash up.
Just watch it.
Yeah. Oh no. How long have you had that hat? Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like you sweat a lot in it, so probably you may want to wash it. I would say once a month, maybe. If it's a daily hat for you, I would say just to be safe. I think it'll be up to these gentlemen here.
What's going on tonight?
I
Well,
got
first
caught
to
doing
re-gear
something
this
wrong,
account.
trying to
We haven't done
compute it
that in
and
about a
have
month.
sex with
Is that your intention to just come here and do that?
it was, and I shouldn't have. I knew I shouldn't have, and I don't know why I decided to follow through with it.
Okay. You got your ID on you?
Obviously, marijuana and paraphernalia over there. Kids will belong to them as well.
Where's the lax at?
You still live in?
Yes,
There
sir.
you go.
Okay.
Well, I did.
What do you mean you did?
Whenever I get out, I am kicked out.
Okay. Andrew, you want to walk outside with us real quick?
You're interviewing them.
You didn't
Give
bang
your-
out
Yeah.
the lax.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you mentioned him making statements.
Mhm.
Did he say anything else besides what you told us?
No,
Yeah.
so clearly, worried about it.
You guys have is this like a business or is it just you guys do it on your own time?
Yeah, it's a business. Predatorial Investigation Unit.
YouTube or TikTok or
YouTube, Instagram,
all
Facebook,
the
pretty much, all the stuff. Whatever the kids around.
yeah? Do you guys have like hard copies of all the texts and stuff with you?
So we don't have them hard, but I can send them to you. If you give me an email, I can send them all to
Okay.
you. And I have them on the iPad here. You can go through them and take pictures of them if you want,
Okay.
just for your evidence. Sorry, I've talked so much about sex so much. Would you like me to eat your blank? Anything specific you want to do? Since, you know, provocative pictures of himself kind of
You
seem.
always have them in nude photos.
Do we have nude? We don't have actual nude.
Okay.
Yeah, he proposed the idea, but he didn't actually send the nude. Tell me something dirty you want to do to me. You're gonna talk dirty to daddy.
You know,
So how many
We'll
feet?
re-roll those. Maybe they'll be good.
Not in Kent County.
I'd hate for a
no.
pair of tentacles.
We have them
to go to
elsewhere.
waste.
Okay. This is my first time coming
Oh,
back.
I got you.
I'm pretty unfamiliar with
We're gonna take a report on what happened here.
Okay.
But our prosecutor will not issue any sort of warrants on any of these because they're not run by the police department.
Okay.
So I understand what you're doing,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna, at least in Kent County, it's not gonna go anywhere. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Well, actually, we're still gonna report, just to
Yeah.
document it, but it's not gonna go anywhere.
I got you.
Just a heads up.
Okay.
So just wanted you to be aware of that. So
Yeah.
if you had any other agency that you were working with, and you know that was probably the way you do work, rather than around here, because stuff is gonna happen.
I got you.
So
Okay.
like I said, we're still gonna do the report on it.
Bring
but
in the chicken.
Yeah, I
it's
hear you.
just gonna document it. So
I got
all
you.
right.
Okay. If we get another one tonight, can you guys come do a report on that one as well, or?
I would recommend just closing down shop.
Okay.
That's what I would say. All right.
I got you.
All right.
anything else from us?
Right now, no, I think that's good. I can get these emailed to you in the next day or so.
And that
sounds great.
is crazy that those cops don't care.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, today I'm not alone. I actually have Ash on the channel. What's up, Ash? How you doing, bro?
Scratch! What's up, bro? I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah,
Happy New
doing
Year.
pretty good. Excited for the 2 Axon Primals. It's kind of like one of my most favorite events, you know? Even though sometimes I'm just getting a big fat leap, but I have hopes.
Dude. Me too. It only comes around a few times a year, but I say that and watching 2026, they'll drop them every other week, just like everything else. But yeah, I'm excited, man. This video is going live before your shard opening, I assume?
Yes, probably is gonna go live on Friday, this video, because I kind of like want to give the people an idea of what they've pulled, you know? They've got something
I think that
good
makes
on
sense.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, just before we dive into it, guys, I want to ask Ash something, but we're going to rank the mythical champions. There are a bunch of them in the game. We're going to quickly talk a bit about what they can do, where they're good. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do keep in mind that everything is very subjective. Each one of these champions will be helpful progression-wise. Honestly, maybe just a couple of them won't really have a big impact in terms of progression, but all of them, they will be really good. And it's very, very hard to rank these damn champions because so many of them are so freaking powerful, right?
100%, man. I mean, I really feel like if you pulled even my lowest ranked mythical,
yeah,
especially if you're anywhere in your first maybe 2 years of raid, given how long it takes to progress nowadays, like all the content, I think you're still gonna probably benefit, from them. That's how good mythical champions are, and I can't believe there's almost 30 now. It feels like just yesterday there was only Siegfried,
Yeah, it definitely feels like it, because they've added so many recently. What is your most wanted now? Like, what are you chasing? That's what I was gonna ask you.
Man, I'm still chasing Nice.
Nice.
Still chasing Nice. I heard you got him, you son of a jackal.
I do, but I'm chasing his sister, the one to the right, so I'm chasing Nell. Hopefully I'm gonna get
Nell.
her.
Oh, you're chasing Nell?
Yeah.
Okay. I have Nell. I'm chasing Nice. I guess my top 3 are gonna be Nice, Theodosia, and Joan.
That's my top 3 too, literally.
I want nice Theodosia, but I want that the new girl, or not Polara. She starts with C. I can't remember her name. Damn, drew a blank. Sorry.
Except instead of Nice, I have Nell.
Would you trade Nice for Nell?
Probably not. Probably not, just because I wanted him for so long. Sometimes it feels bad because we got a new champion, right? It turns out to be the meta, and you're just gonna be a sucker, and you're just gonna wait a year, 2 to pull the champion. And by the time you pull that champion that you have been looking forward to get, that meta is gone, And I feel like that's gonna be my situation with Nell, Hopefully not.
You might be right. You might be right. Hopefully not, though.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Yeah, it's gonna be all 9-piece Mercurial all the time.
yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, so it's gonna be a bit different to land debuffs and stuff on them, you know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we do you want to go from worst obviously to first and just draft them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna bounce back and forward, guys. It's not like we both decided, okay, this one is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my take. He's gonna give you his take, and you guys give us your take in the comments down below. But what would be the worst mythical for you, Ash?
Yeah, the worst mythical for me is I feel bad because I don't even have this dude.
Okay.
But it's gonna be even after his buff, Jorad. Jorad Wolfheart is my worst mythical in the game. You know, listen, I guess we can't go through all the abilities. We'd be
I agree. I think both of the mythical dwarves are pretty lackluster.
here for 5 hours, but he does bring some stuff to the table, and that's the cool thing, like we said earlier, right? He's got skill cooldown, block debuffs, increase speed, a little bit of damage, some pretty decent control, free synergy. There's a lot of things that you can have some fun with this champion, but I do feel like he doesn't excel in any area, and if you're a mythical champion, you hope that you could excel and really make a massive impact, at least in one area on most accounts. I don't think he's S tier at any one thing. He's kind of a jack of all trades, but a mediocre jack of all trades, kind of. So there it is. I'm going to go Jorad last. Who do you have last?
I did not have him last. I think Furosa, in my opinion, is the worst out of all of them. She just has such a weird kit. Nothing makes sense in her kit, unfortunately, even though she might seem like...
Really? This is the champion that I listed as like my third most wanted mythical.
Does? Yes, she can bring Unkillable and some buffs and all that, but where does she excel as well? Nowhere, right? Because it's just crazy what she has in her kit. It's just so counterintuitive, basically, productive for herself as well to utilize the skills in that order. On the Metamorph as well, the allies to die, hers to be alive, and puts Unkillable on all the allies. And it's just weird, you know, like, I find it really weird.
Yeah, she's definitely a weird one, 100%. But I didn't have her that low on my list because I didn't have her that high on my list, to be fair. But like, I think I don't have Kurosa either, just to be upfront about it.
Yeah,
her kit doesn't make any sense. You're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. But I do think she brings like an odd amount of unique things to the table, right? With the Shatter and the Fortify and the 2 extra turn mechanics and the Cleanse and the shields and the increased attack, the 2 turn Unkillable. I mean, she does bring a lot in aggregate, but it's like, what is she trying to be? I still haven't figured it out. But she does. But there's a lot there, you know. It's a weird.
Yeah, it's like a massive wall of text, but you're not sure where you would use her if you have her. You know, like,
but
what am I gonna do with her? You know.
Yeah, I think she is like probably a pretty interesting jack of all trades, progression-y type mythical champion, or in niche content, you know. So anyway, did you have Jorad second on your worst?
Yeah, Jorad was second for me, literally. Yeah.
Okay, I had second on my list. Then, if you want me to just keep going, or
please.
Okay, I had Garrel second worst on my list.
Okay.
Man,
man, Garrel is awesome. Dude, she's one of the best Hydra champions in the game. She's not like top 10 in the arena, but she's great in the arena. She's on one of my main tag teams. She can easily one-shot an entire team as long as they don't all have Stone Skin in her second form. She has Unkillable, decent shield of AoE provoke.
I feel like I always hate on Garrel because someone's got to be last on these lists.
Yeah.
But talk about a champion that doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense is... I think her base form is the real issue with her. It's not total crap, but it's just not, you know, a 5-turn ally protection and a provoke doesn't scream mythical to me. And then on her alternate form, there's definitely some really cool things to love here with 2 AoEs and joining in the attacks. But it's not enough that alternate form And there's no real variety to it. It's just AoE damage, you know, to make me enamored by her as a champion, even though she can definitely dish out some serious damage and she can excel in easier wave content as well, but just not enough to put her above anybody else for me.
Gotcha. I had her a bit higher than this because I do think she has pretty good AoE damage and stuff. If we're talking Curse City, even in the Green Forest, she's pretty solid, and faction wars and all this type of content, you know. But as you said, comparing her with some of the top mythical champions, she's definitely lacking quite a bit. And I think she should be on the buff list pretty soon, hopefully. Yeah.
I sure hope so. She seems like an obvious buff because, like, there's no. I don't think there's any greater discrepancy between forms than Geralt. You know, like, what is she trying to be? You know, but. All right, so those were my bottom two. Where are you?
I will agree with that. Her forms are very, like, counterintuitive. Her first form's trying to be a tank, but she's not tanky enough to be a tank. She just has that unkillable. And her second form, it's all-out damage, and you want her to be low HP, but I think it actually synergizes pretty well. Because the unkillable allows her to get to low HP, and then she transforms into the second form and gets all the bonus damage and turns into like a Ronda passive, where she comes in with other allies attacking with one of the hardest hitting AoEs in the game. So, I mean, I'm a big fan.
Where are we here?
The next one for me would be Frolny. So that's the other dwarf. He did get a buff as well in the past. I think he's okay-ish. He's bringing good damage. Nothing insane to kind of be like, I want to use the champion. Like, I'm struggling with him to get a job done in Faction Wars hard mode, for example. Like, it just feels like he's not really pushing in a lot of damage. He has the AoE. The first form is basically mainly damage, but that passive can give him crazy crit damage based on the HP that he has. I just don't feel like it's enough even after the buff, especially that the meta evolved so much since they buffed him, right? And the second form is something that, I'll be honest, I don't really use. It's the ally protection, is the unkillable on himself, attacks an enemy, heals and all that stuff, reflects damage with a passive, which is probably the best thing on the second form. But it's just not special enough for me to be like, okay, I love
Probably
this
going to lose this
it's
one.
Good progression.
But we've won the last, like, 3 or 4 fights.
Struggling
so
even with the damage.
It's all good.
Yeah, like we keep saying, they're all pretty good, these mythicals. Wouldn't you know, that being said, we're in lockstep on this one, man. My third worst was Frolny as well.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
There you go.
What would be your next one? Let's see if we match the next one.
The next one, my fourth worst champion, or mythical champion, is Palara.
Oh, damn. Spot on.
Same? All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I like Palara, and, some might be shocked that I don't have her the worst on the list. But the crazy thing is, I find myself using Palara more than I do those other champions, that I have. And I think that's because her kit there's something there that's good, I think, in Palara. But there's a lot that's not good. There's no extra turn. I love these extra turn synergies on mythicals especially, because they do so much that we want extra turns, or at least significant turn meter fill built into the kit, so they can do more, because they're meant to do a lot. I would love if she had an extra turn with a damage boost. I think after that's all she really needs, in my opinion. And like I said, I use her right now. I use her a lot in, like, Siege, actually, right? Where
I haven't even built her since I got her.
I use her in niche areas because she can have, it just depends on who you want to combo her with. But she has she qualifies as an attack-based champion, so you can use her in attack-only Siege areas. And she can act as a reviver, a freeze champion, an ignore block damage dealer. There's some versatility there. The problem is there's no damage really there. For A3's hits all right, like mediocre, like not awful, but not blow you away damage. And then the A2 doesn't hit hard at all on her base form. On her alternate form, though, her passive is really cool. It revives everybody, including herself, once per round. It's not something you want to depend on as your main source of support, but when you're lacking a reviver, that's cool. And then she brings the freeze that can't be resisted.
I need one to go
on
into Lightsworn. I only need 3 more points.
I would love to see them add something to her frozen tendrils. The reason I'm spending so much time on Palara is because everybody's eventually hopefully going to get her, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that frozen tendrils, she's meant to be a support control on her alternate with that ally protection.
Black Knight, really?
All kinds of weird stuff. But I would just love her to bring a heal or a cleanse on this frozen tendrils as well. A little bit more support if it's going to be a support alternate form. So more damage, more support, and maybe an extra turn is what I'd love to see. But I think there's something here that is cool. But man, they really missed the mark in terms of making an enticing champion to get people excited about completing Faction Wars hard.
It sucks because they gave her these odd freaking forms, attack and defense, damage based on defense and attack, and they gave her such low multipliers that even if you're going to give her increased attack and increased defense, which is extremely hard to do in a PvP match, to bring 2 supporters for 1 damage dealer, even like that she's lacking in terms of damage. That's my main problem with it. And as I said, I've got her a very long time ago. I can't even remember how long ago I got her. I did not even put a piece of gear on her because I just don't have where to actually use her.
And Sacred Order is like
this is the girl I'm
one of the easier
right here.
factions, so it's not like it's a must-have. Well, you need to complete Faction Wars anyway to get her. What am I talking about? It's not good. But one thing I'll say to your point, though, in the 2 damage sources, defense and attack, in terms of her damage scaling, I think that another easy fix on her would just be at the start of every turn puts an increased defense and an increased attack on this champion. That way you're maximizing your damage, and that really fixes the fact that you need an increased attack and an increased defense champion on the team because she brings neither alongside of her, you know? So anyway.
And she would need higher multipliers as well, I'm very curious if they will buff her though. Like, I literally just rated the champion, and I would recommend all of you guys go and rate the champion if you have this champion. If we're not gonna do this, I highly doubt it that they will ever buff this champion. So make sure you guys go rate her, give her whatever you guys think.
Looking pretty bad right now.
Yeah, it is. I gave her 1 everywhere because that's what I think. You know,
I'm gonna go ahead and re-rank. I think you can do it once per month or something as well. I hope they'll buff her.
She needs a bit of love from Plarium. Come on, Plarium.
Yeah.
Don't let us down. So I had next on the list Frolny. Actually, not Frolny. Sorry. I was in between Garrel and Mazamela. But I'm gonna go with Mazamel, and Garrel was next basically on my list. So the thing with Mazamel, she did got a buff as well. I think she is a massive threat for arena, live arena. In classic arena, if you are talking about high-end arena, you're not gonna have a chance in using her. She just cannot compete. It's the wrong affinity as well, which kind of sucks a little bit. You do rely on a lot of RNG with her, but she is much better than she was in the past before they buffed her, right? Like, that skill is dangerous. Block revive, ignoring stone skin, strengthen, ally protection, shield, ignoring defense, the self buffs, which is really good with extra turn. And on the second form, she is pretty good as well because she can ignore unkillable and block damage. The only thing is the affinity, which really
see if we got any gear to upgrade
makes
for this free-to-play account.
Be more of a Scarecrow, but not a champion that's being used in the meta, you know. So in live arena, I think she can be useful up to a point, but then that's pretty much it here. What do you think about her?
I actually also, well, my list, this is where I had Karosa.
Okay.
And then next is Mezimel. So now that's my bottom 7 or whatever. So Mezimel. I agree with everything that you said. The only thing I'll say is that there's more and more force champions becoming really good every day. That I'm actually finding more and more like utility for Mezimel as opposed to when I initially got her when it was just magic everywhere. Because like, you know, Galeus and Predator and like all the assassins, or not really, but you know, a few of those now. So I feel like, hey, the more force that becomes meta, the more Mezimel is a threat. It is a shame that her big nuke, the Moonlight Gift, the Scarlet Crescent, it is a shame that it doesn't ignore block damage, because that would give a good response to like the Nine-Man teams and whatnot as well. That being said, she does have that block damage and unkillable on her alternate form, so that's really handy, and she can smack there on her alternate form. I found the damage to be quite impressive after the buff, so I like her, but unlike almost every other mythical in the game, she is very one-dimensional, you know? Single target move and AoE damage. That's it.
Nothing crazy to keep her alive or anything like that either, you know?
No. But she's good at what she does, though, to be fair.
So I had Garrel after her. What do you have next?
So I actually have, I'm really upset to say that I actually have the newest mythical champion champion in Arakoa.
Okay.
Moon Spinner.
I think she's a bit better than this, but
Okay.
I want to hear your thoughts, and then I'll give you my thoughts on her. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I don't
Dude, she looks sick.
have her first and foremost. So
Okay.
we'll see. And I think that for a mythical champion, if you look at the entire list here, except for the ones that we've talked about for the most part, almost everybody has some PvP viability, and I think she's okay with her Dark Trance. But to me, that's the only real move that gets me super excited about her in the arena. I think she's got some really nice control. Basically, I really like her base form. I like her support form. The problem is that on the alternate form, she really becomes like a single target damage dealer. Granted, she's got a 4-time hitter. Her damage is okay, but not great from what I've seen and I've heard. So it's not like she's gonna blow you away with these massive kills. Her alternate form to me looks underwhelming in the same way that like a Nell's alternate form is. Maybe it's the actual aesthetics of it. I don't know, Scratch, but she's like basically Nell's alternate form in terms of the visual with a blue design. But I just feel like, okay, she's all right. She's better than the mythicals we've already spoken about, but mainly PvE utility. I don't know. That's basically it. What do you think? Especially with the extra turn being conditional on the debuffs all being placed on that A3 ability. But she's good for wave content. Maybe some good single target damage against bosses. That's about it. What do you think?
So I had her like a couple of slots higher, not by miles, to be like, oh my gosh, she's insane. I think for PvP, 100%, she's lacking. It just feels like bad synergy across the two forms. What I think she really shines is Chimera. And fun fact, I think I'm kind of like 95% sure, based on the testing that I've done, that she will out damage a Toshiro in the Chimera.
Okay, so basically just using. Oh, sorry. Are you going between forms and getting the trials, and then just going alternate form and
Some
just hammering
trials,
away?
but it's mainly that red spin skill, which has enemy max HP,
enemy
triple
max HP.
hitter, and counter attacks with that one too. So
okay, fair enough.
It brings in a lot of damage in a similar comp. I think it's very subjective in terms of what team you're using with both Toshiro and her. But if we would use the same team, let's just say a Fina team, right? She will out damage Toshiro in a team like that. Yeah.
All right, cool. So you had her
like a couple of spots higher. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Next one for me then. I would have to probably go with. It's gonna be a hard one because I know people will flame me probably for this one, but I think Androck is the next one.
You're killing me, bro.
It might be. I mean, I know he got buffed.
Dude, I was gonna say though, from here on out, for me,
they're all
this
great.
is where we get to like everyone could be someone's favorite champion.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They're all pretty good.
They're all
really
great.
good,
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of like took into consideration how much I'm utilizing these champions, what am I using them, and that's why I've put Androck in here. Like, they're all great champions. Don't get this wrong.
See what we get
They're
from
not
the
bad.
relic.
He's not bad. He's amazing. Okay, he's one of the best champions in the game if you're thinking about it like this, because we have like 20 left on the list, right? And there are not many legendaries that can compete with them.
True.
So they're amazing champions. But based on how often I'm using him, that's kind of like where he belongs for me. Moving on with the list,
I have him 9 spots higher, so this is my biggest discrepancy.
Yeah.
My biggest discrepancy. Androck's a tough guy because he is elite in a lot of PvE situations. Not good in the arena. So you can definitely dock him for versatility. I mean, you could play him in the arena, but he's certainly not a meta champion. So then it becomes like, how good is he and how do you value what he has? And similar to what Scratch said, it is the story of how much I use him, and Androck is a main motor of my main Chimera and Hydra team. So of course I love him. To me, it's like, where would I be without Androck? So a lot of it is anecdotal based on our experiences. I love the buff, but I didn't think it really changed that much necessarily. I guess it did, but I already was using him, and I did use him more. He just brings 3 buffs on the same 3-turn cooldown, good for 9-piece protection. But you don't need it. You can just run him on a Wixwell or a Titus team with with impulse and resets. Like there's a lot of ways you can build this dude. His damage is good now, but it's not great. But really, in his alternate form, brings a lot of versatility in a lot of different situations. The enfeeble and everything, even after the nerf or whatever the fix. But what really makes him so special, the reason I have him so much higher, is just like why am I totally drawing a blank? Senna are like by far and away to me the most elite turn meter boosters over long battles.
Yeah.
In the game, with that Knights of the Wild, critical hits inflicted by allies fill the turn meter of all allies by 5% every single skill. It's that's just a lot of freaking turn meter.
It is,
when you go into longer battles, and that's why he's a stalwart of my teams. Obviously, he brings a lot more to the table as well. Buff extension being a huge part of that because of the Wixwell Titus. Anyway, that's my spiel on Androck.
Yeah, I think another thing that it comes down to is books. One of the main reasons why I'm not using him in any of the teams. No Hydra, no Chimera. I don't have him booked, right? I don't purchase mythical books. I'm really against that because they're extremely overpriced in my opinion. So I do not want to support that, right? And I think if you do not have them booked, that will probably put them down on your priority list on how you use the champions. If you use the champions,
100%.
What do you have next?
Yeah, like we said, no easy decisions from here on out, man.
No, not at all.
I'll stop giving this champion is actually a really good speech before everyone, but I have Aphodus next, the Hive Lord.
That's the next one for me as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. I like what they did with him on the buff, but honestly, his alternate form reads really well on paper. Like, oh my god, this guy's a provoke and stun and support, but I just find that I never really need it or use it. Sometimes in Faction Wars, really difficult wave content, but it depends on where you are in your account again. You might really be struggling in wave content, need a lockdown wave controller in the same way that like Archer Queen is with the stun and the provoke on 2 different abilities, but I don't really use it on my account. So really it comes down to the base form, and let's be real, he could be an elite damage dealer, on his base form. He's on some of the fastest teams in the game when you look at areas like Fire Knight, for example, right? That all being said, he's not as elite as some of these other damage dealers. And even though he has the increased attack and he has the burn and 2 AoEs and nice damage, for me, for shorter battles, he's just not better than any of the other damage dealers that I have ahead of him personally, unless I really need that burn synergy. So there he is. That's Aphodus. What do you think of him?
Better than HP,
I think he's great for Chimera, great for Hydra, pretty much everything wave-related PV. I think he's absolutely amazing. The second form is something that I'm not really using much, but I think the first form is pretty solid for all of this content. And I do tend to use him pretty often, yeah.
Cool. I actually use him pretty often too. Like for whatever reason, in restrictive content, I just find that he's available more than
he is actually fun fact
right
there.
He's Hive Lord again. So yeah, I love him and I use him, but I just think it's hard. At this point, it's really impossible. Who do you have next?
So next, I had Arachoa actually, but for me, it's getting really tough on here. And my next.
We weren't that off on Arachoa. We weren't that far off.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like I wasn't that high with her.
It is tough now.
Alice the Sunbearer. Now this can be subjective for some of you. I used
love this pick, bro.
He's a very solid champion. I used him for a long time as the arena nuker and stuff, which is something that I'm not really doing anymore, and that's why I'm placing him where I'm placing him now. I think he's amazing for Chimera. I'm using him in there very often. Super strong champion. If we're talking about other PvE content and all that stuff, but I would prefer that his first form would be on the second and the other way around. For PvP, it would make him much better. He's the best defense nuker in the game, I think. Crazy good multipliers though.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I had Allah's next, and I thought I was taking a massive. I thought we were gonna get a big argument about it. So we're again, we agree 100% on this one. Allah's on my account, man, is my strongest champion. I have him fully maxed, +4 empowered, fully awakened, and I don't use him that often, and I think that's telling. As much as I want to use him, because like, why wouldn't we all have this? Whether it's a +4 empowered Allah's, but you have a strongest champion on paper, and sometimes you feel that grip Like, I should be using them more. They're my strongest champion. Look at all these extra stats I'm getting. And
Triple roll
sometimes
into
it's just
speed.
not the
Hell yeah.
best choice, you know? So I went from Outlaws and all my best defensive gear or whatever to shifting that around a little bit, and now I don't use them as often. But all that being said, I should stop apologizing and talking about why I have them and rather why they're good, because all these champions are so good from here on out. I love, to your point, that Rolling Thunder, especially in the arena. Outside the arena, I think it's underwhelming. At least in my experience in PvE, it's all right. But in the arena, man, it's easy to get that second hit because they don't have much HP. And he brings his own damage escalator, and it is a delete button. This is a ticking time bomb of Allahs, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything else, though. Like, he doesn't have an ignore of anything in his kit, especially in this meta, which is, like, there's always some sort of block damage, unkillable, stone skin, mercurial. Like, there's something going on, you know? So, you know, but he does have that nice searing glare as well. I think you said it best, though. If in PvP, if this was his other form,
it would have been
a rock star, man. You know?
Yeah.
The same way that some of the champions we'll talk about later on the list are. So I agree with you. I will say that his alternate form isn't amazing.
Yeah.
I do think it's generally pretty underutilized. I think that, like, there's a lot of value to be had here. And sometimes I'll be even like live arena, bro, going against somebody, and like the obvious move is just go to Allah's base form or alternate form
and get a healing. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what are you doing? Because people just don't use it, you know? So anyway, I love Allah's, but I do think he's fallen down a little bit with the introduction of new champions, buffs, and the change in the meta.
Yeah, so I used to run him a lot till the Gallius buff. That changed a lot of things.
It did, yeah. He's quite a bit higher on my list.
Yeah. Who do you have next?
Next, this is like a tough little inflection point for
me
personally, right? Because at this point we're getting even better. I'm actually gonna go. This might be again like a little bit of a fringe pick here, but I'm gonna go with Toshiro.
Okay.
I say that because I really hate his alternate form. I think it's absolute trash.
Yeah.
And like, listen, when we're judging against all A+ tier champions, you got to draw that line somewhere. Now, that being said, on Toshiro, his base form is one of the best attack damage dealers in PvE in the game, you know? And it's so cool to have a attack-based damage dealer who brings an AoE, decreased defense, and leech. With the damage escalation, makes him one of the biggest offensive threats in longer battles. He's a beast, man. That being said, we saw a seismic meta shift at the end game. I know not everybody's end game, but we talk about that in terms of the meta shifts because they usually trickle down over time.
Yep.
Anyway, when Titus was released, we saw anybody who was able to get their hands on Titus move away from some of these damage deals like Toshiro on some of those teams. That being said, him with Mikage especially, some of the strongest pairings you can have because his A1 smacks.
Yep.
There's a lot to love about Toshiro, but maybe a little tiny dip in his use rates mixed with a really trashy alternate form puts him next for me.
Yeah, so he was actually not in this spot. He was the spot after. This is going to be a I already see a lot of people probably complaining about this one, but that's fine. For me, the next one was Commodus. Probably you have him maybe much higher than me. I'm not sure if you do or not.
I'm not going to say much higher, but higher.
Yeah, so basically...
I just think I'm sure I have him 5 spots higher than this.
Okay, so the thing with Commodus, right? I think PvP-wise, he's a crazy threat with the bombs, right? I think he's very, very annoying. It does have its own counters and stuff. But I feel like the Mercurial will pretty much kill the bombers, at least in the format that we know it, you know? And the first form is good, but it's not really crazy. In PvE, he doesn't really bring you that much utility. The bombs really don't do much in PvE because I try him in Faction Wars and tons of different areas, right? So I think that's what I would put Commodus, based on the utility that he brings, you know. But he's still great in PvP.
No, I think that's a fair point. The more we see Mercurial, the more, you know, Commodus is going to be threatened, you know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk about him now and just tell you when he's on my list. But you know, to be the best bomber with the instant detonation, even given your flags, I just have him a little bit higher because he's such a threat. And kind of like the inverse of what we were saying with Allahs is that you can't lock him out. You have to worry about that, right? even Amarius, if you want to switch forms, you'll have Stone Skin to protect you before you get those bombs off. And I just think that like he's easy to play, you know, like. And then if for some reason you do go against, you know, you run into whatever block damage or something like that, you can just, or you go against a Marichka team, for example, you can just go there and remove the buffs and block active skills and steal and put skills on cooldown. So I like his kit, but I see sometimes with Kometis, if your opponent has the proper counters, you can find yourself in situations where he has no real utility. You know, at times.
Exactly.
You know?
And the affinity too, you know.
Exactly. So that's what kept me, you know, him moderately, a little bit higher than this, but pretty low considered how much people want this dude on my list too. So I can't argue too much on the list.
What you have next?
Next, man, I have a champion that I know a lot of people love, and I don't have this guy, okay, but I put Ashnar. I feel like it's sacrilege to put myself this low. Actually, we're middle of the list here. The thing about Ashnar is like I love the buff that they gave him. His damage is decent as well. He certainly is a threat in that regard. He has the HP burn activation, of course, as we know, and the placement. But really, for me, what keeps him this high on the list, if not for the HP burn passive, he'd probably be lower on the list, honestly, even though I think he's still really good. But man, the HP burns healing just changes everything about countering some of the most annoying teams in the game.
The game,
yeah. So like Gizmac teams, of course, Volcanos teams. I mean, he is the hard counter. He is the solution. And anywhere, anywhere that you're encountering HP burn, it's just incredible. You know, so to me, that's the magic that keeps him this high on the list, and that's his unique thing that really puts him head and shoulders over a lot of other champions. I also think he's probably the, one of the most well-rounded kind of orcs in the game. He does bring quite a bit for PvE and progression, especially on his alternate form. So I put Ashnar next. Where do you have him, and what do you think? Do you have him?
I do have him. He was actually one slot higher than this, but...
Okay, I feel good about that then, yeah.
But you convinced me, because the other champion that I had actually arriving under him, doesn't feel right. I think I'm using the other champion more than I'm using Ashnar, and that one for me is the Calamitous.
That's who I have next too, man. We are agreeing too much, bro.
Bro, I think the Calamitous, I love him. Like, he's in freaking insane. I managed to get a 6-star soul for him, like, I don't know, a month ago or something. He's so good in the Green Forest, right? Like, he's insane. Great in the Chimera, great in the Hydra. He's not that great in PvP. I think I was talking with Rock as well a while ago, and I know he made a video trying him in PvP, and he was like, no, Scratch, you know what? I was actually really surprised to see that he was pretty good in PvP too, right? I think the affinity is not helping him that much in PvP, but in PvE, crazy good damage with all of the skills and all of the debuffs that he brings to the table. The self-increased attack, you only need 80 crit rate on him. Then the second form, which I'm not even really counting that much in, but that one as well for Hydra is the Hydra specialist. Hex, ignores life barrier, poison crowd, the ally protections. I think it's solid.
Dude, I agree 100%. They buffed the hell out of this guy, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Damage, they did a good job on it, and I agree. He has a lot of versatility, to your point, like longer battles, AoE, he's your guy. I actually found myself using this base form a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Just having, I guess it's a little Rio Bone Spear on that A2. You're bringing, 4 really important buffs on a single target. But man, that damage just absolutely wowed me. I think he's a really good champion. He really is a beast pretty much anywhere. Kind of like we were talking about using Apodus like a lot, just in waves and stuff. Calamitous is the same way on my account. Like, I'm just going to Calamitous a lot,
Yeah.
So I agree. All right.
What's next
up
for you?
on my list, I had... This doesn't really feel right, but I don't know. Let me see. I might be a massive drop-off from you, and that is Night Queen Crixia.
Crixia. She is a bit higher for me, but when I was putting her there, I was like, wait, does she still belongs there? I think yes, but it's very hard with her. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really used her that much recently. I'm leaning more towards Fabian. I have the speed aura from him. He's not a mythical, I know that. He doesn't do everything that Crixia does, but I just see him a bit more interesting live arena and stuff like that. You know.
I'm in the same boat, man. I'm in the same boat. I'm using. The irony is, I only use Night Queen Crixia to counter Fabian.
Do you?
know?
Okay.
I'm really only using her to just like to either win that speed race and lock out Fabian, or just alternate forms and cleanse the Fabian. You know what I'm saying? Because she's so good anti-Fabian because she can cleanse the fears, true fears, or whatever other control he's dished out, and also return the cooldowns again. So that to me is why I'm using her more right in the meta. That being said, she's great, and she does have a lot of versatility to use even in PvE areas. She's not like a boss killer. She doesn't shine in any one like specific area, but she does bring enough in the block debuffs, the turn meter fill, the increased resistance, and the inverse on the base form that you can certainly use her. You can use her as a freaking Seer reset champion, an Ezio reset champion. So there's a lot of utility you can get from her, and she does what she does very well. I just think that, you know, this one particular skill set of lockouts and decreased cooldowns, they're not quite as unique or scarce as they were when she was first introduced to the game. Her having them both is still unique, though.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think I had her around four spots higher than we currently put her in, but
Okay.
I personally as well,
Well, this
I'll be
makes
honest.
up the difference of, because coming up on my list is going to be, I have one champion, and then I have Cometus and Androx. So
Okay.
this is
So what's your
where
next
they
one?
are.
Let's see.
My next one is Arbias.
Arbice, yeah. Okay. So more or less, let's just say we would have been in pretty much the same. I think I had her slightly higher, but I do agree with Arbice as well. I think she's great as a speedster, right? She can be used in Chimera for trials and stuff. Not as effective. I'm not a big fan of her in there, but a lot of people I know they are using her in there for the HP burn, the block active skills, some healing, and all that stuff. But I'm not really feeling her that much either. If I would have had her probably with a 6-star soul, maybe I would use her more than I currently am. I think that's what I am with her.
Soul,
yeah.
And a really awesome banner, speed banner, Sylvan. I would probably be using her a lot more too. So it's, to your point, it's a bit circumstantial, but
I think so.
I mean, that's asking a lot too. You know, you could probably say that about a lot of champions too. If I had a 6-star soul and an amazing speed banner, I agree. Her best utility is, I think at her best, she's probably one of the best boosters in rate. You know, first champions in rate. She's got 115 base speed. She's got the speed in all battles aura. She's got the increased attack, increased accuracy, 30% turn meter fill. And the rest of her kit, I like a lot. But the only thing I love is really that, like her being one of the elite turn meter boosters. I really love her AoE on the A1 with block active skills, man. Like, it's so annoying to go against and so nice when it procs for you. I love all that petrification that she brings to the table. To me, like, I try to keep her base form when I use her in the arena as much as possible. I only try to go to Roar the Mistwood unless I really need it. Or just depending on if I'm going against Nices or Rhodoses or whatever, you know. Anyway, I say all that to say that she's incredibly versatile. She's really good with a burn, like, to your point, and on that alternate form in PvE. Hey, I have her like at 10 on my list, so it's pretty high. I think she's really good, just not the absolute most elite class for me.
Yeah, so I think I had her like a couple of spots higher, and I've just realized that I've made you go twice. So
don't worry about it.
That's fine. I think I would put next Carnage. I think Carnage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he would be next on my list. Great with the speed aura. He's very, very annoying with the counter attacks in arena though, because if you go with champions without stone skin, right, and they take their turn, they trigger the counter attack. Sometimes if it's a well-built Carnage, he's just gonna kill that champion with the counter attack. You know, he can deal crazy damage. He has like the most insane base attack in the entire game, like almost 15,000 attack. You know, the second form is nasty. I think the main thing that he suffers of is affinity at the moment, you know, with all of the magic champions.
Okay, I have Carnage higher on my list. I'll mention him when I get there, I guess.
That's fine. And
yeah, do you want to go two back to back?
I can if you want, or you can go next.
Whatever,
up to
it's
you.
your show, bro. I'm just here.
Okay, so
Man,
I'll go next then. I'm gonna put Mikage on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lady Mikage.
I had her. I also had her
around here, yeah.
around here. Like I said, at this point on my list, I had Kamitas, Androck, Mikage.
Okay.
So now we're lockstep.
Yep. So I think she's still amazing, of course. Great for Hydra, great for Chimera, useful in Arena too. If you bring a different speed aura and stuff, I just find myself using her a bit less than I was before. And one of the main things that changed that is, I think, getting Pi now on my account, Faction Unity from the High Elves. I think that had a massive impact in how much I'm using Lady Mikage nowadays.
I agree with you. Obviously, I had her here too. I think she's so unbelievably good. But you know what? The power creep for Mikage and the meta shift for Mikage when I had her number 1, and because back in the day,
it was a while. I think we did that video together as well when we talked about her being one of the best.
Yeah, this is back when there was 12 mythicals or whatever in the game. But I stand by that opinion at the time. But a lot of different things happened, right? They introduced new OP champions, mechanics. Titus teams overtook a lot of Mikage teams, and also ally attack. Man, she was the best ally attacker in the game for so long. And then Queen of Hearts and Oscar and the Defiled and all these other ally attackers who are as good as Mikage, you could argue better or not, came to the table, and it's like, oh, she's just a little bit less unique in every situation. That being said, Mikage is still fantastic, man. Really good synergy with other demons, or Shadowkin rather, because of that A1 ally attack with ninjas or Tashiros or Oyasu, whoever you have, So there's a lot to love about her. Busted A2 and really good control on that second form.
Yep. So,
all right.
What do you have next?
I'm up again. All right. This is we're gonna go up another tier on my list here.
Okay.
This is the last champion. No, the second. No. All right. I don't have 3 champions out of my top 10.
Okay.
This is one that I don't have, so she could be higher, but I didn't want to overrank a champion I don't have. So
let's
Joan
see.
the Luminant.
Yeah, I'm there too. I'm literally there too. So I had.
Okay. All right.
I had Trixia, and Joan was the next on the list for me as well, and that is mainly I did play her and stuff.
Yeah, that's the mythical I hope to get during this 2x promo.
But I think I might be wrong on it. We're gonna discover that later once we're gonna get her, both of us, and start using her. It's very hard to use both of the forms if you build her for both of them. Sorry, she doesn't really bring any mechanics to keep her alive on the first form, and I feel like that's the biggest downside with the champion. But feel free to add whatever you think about her.
I think that, at least from what I've seen in the behavior that players play against me with her in live arena,
okay,
because I haven't played her, I'm seeing people exclusively use her second form.
Yeah.
And she can be really freaking annoying in that second form, like really lethal. She has that strong triple hitter with the block revive that ignores block damage and unkillable. Having the block damage and the ignore unkillable, if I can speak, and the ignore unkillable on a hard-hitting attack with triple hits with a block revive, and if the target isn't killed, you get an extra turn.
Yeah, it's nasty.
That's so annoying. And then the most annoying part is her block damage on herself too. She's just so hard to kill, and she's stealing turn meter off each enemy. So 100% turn meter possibility. So she can get back to her skills fast enough that it seems like she always has block damage on. So she can be really annoying to deal with, and she's all predicated on this high resist build because her damage scales off resist too. So I'm really intrigued. I'm honestly pretty annoyed. I'm not like super scared, but I'm really annoyed going against her, So that's how I feel about her. I really hope to get her. I think she's one of the coolest visual champions, and she looks really good on paper too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, as you said, the second form is the way to go, I think, in my opinion as well. She brings very good damage with that actually. And the first champion that has multipliers with resistance actually, pretty interesting.
Yes, that is really cool, really cool. I can't wait to get my hands and just experiment a little bit on her. It's nice that she has the revive too. Like you can just swap in if you need it, swap back, I should say. So very cool, and it certainly has a lot of PvE utility as well.
Right. I think my next one would be Empress on my list.
Oh, okay. I think I'm so biased. I love this guy so much, so we're off on this one a bit. But go ahead and speak on him.
Yeah, so I love the champion. I don't use him as much as I'm using the other champions, and there are obvious reasons for it. But he is literally the most picked freaking champion that I encounter in live arena. I'm not sure about you, but the first pick that most of the people get is either him, either Fabian. Embrace. And it's great. He has all of these crazy skills, very good damage on the second form as well. He does have the possibility to block revive. But the main thing is the fact that if you are trying to utilize the first form to get rid of the stone skin or something, you can bring him into the second form straight away, and it's a very high chance for him to die before you get to that point. That's basically my thing with him.
All right, I love Ember. Should I just give up where he is on my list, or should I wait?
You can. Feel free if you want to. Yeah, up to you.
I have Embreeze as overall number 5, so 6 spots higher than you. And I wanted to rank him in my top 3, honestly. Like I'm a massive Embreeze lover. I just think he's like got the perfect kit. You know, I hear your arguments, and you know, they're valid. You know, they're totally valid because he can't. What you really want to do with Embreeze is you really want that A3 on the base form to land, because it's so devastating, converting everything, not just removing stone skin. But you can't really build him for the damage that you want on the alternate form with the accuracy that you need to pull it off, other than the stone skin removal. So the way that I use him, I think, is the way that most players use him. But in the end game, I know there's some super fast Embreeze with huge accuracy that just snipe everything and it's game over. So there's some versatility there. I love that he has 2 extra turn mechanics, so you can just cycle through his kit in some situations and reduce those cooldowns. But really, I build mine with no accuracy, like I think most players do. And usually I just go in, I try to pop off a pivotal component like the nuker if they're vulnerable with a block revive right away, or you can go in with that massive nuke on the atomize, or you can usually try to save the life is forfeit and wait till he gets a little bit low on HP, and then you swap HP and then you block revive with the A1 again. And then we haven't even mentioned necrosis. Like he adds in a permanent burn type mechanic that can be challenging to get rid of and can be so annoying to contend with, you know?
Especially if he blocks revive, you can never get rid of it anymore, you know? So that's that can be very nasty,
everything about his kit is like the most beautiful design. Whoever designed this guy at Burn,
very good.
The raise, man, you know? Because to your point, the necrosis lands, and then you get an extra hit on his A1, and then he's even more of a threat, and then when he blocks revive, the necrosis is permanent. I mean, unless they stone skin. But anyway, I love this dude. There is some factuality too, and the reason I had him 5 and not 1, because I love this guy so much, is because PvE, he's good at waves, but that's about it. You know? Like,
exactly.
So a little bit of a knock there in terms of his versatility. All right, I've blabbed on about Embreeze, but yeah, I had him at 5 overall on my list.
Okay, and who do you have next?
This is crazy territory, Scratch.
It is. It's crazy.
We're going up here again. I think all these champions, honestly, in my mind, are S tier, like some of the top champions in the entire game.
Yeah,
all of them.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I have Gizmac
Embreeze.
next.
Who?
I have Gizmac next.
Gizmac. Yeah. Okay. Sounds about right. I have pretty much the same. Yeah. I have pretty much the same. Yeah. Exactly. So we agree with
you have Gizmac next?
Gizmac. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I always feel like other content creators rank Gizmac just slightly higher than I do. Obviously, that's not a knock. I have him at like 9 or something on my list. I love this dude, man. Like, such synergy here. Placing the burn before the damn battle has so many awesome things you can do. I was running a Hilvi and a Torment team with the burn, with Gizmac, and the fact that he buffs the entire team with the extra turn. You can use him to pop stone skin. You can use him to pop spiders. You can use him to pop anything that's susceptible to HP burn. But of course, he's got the kaboom, where you can ignore block damage, right? Which is everything. Which is everything in this meta. And then he also has that pain link, the annoying taunt as well. So like, and all the extra turn potential that he brings, he can really go in and do 3 things before the enemy does, or 4 things if you include the passive, before anybody else does anything. So he can really take and change the momentum of a battle, and he does have really nice versatility and utility in PvE, just as much as PvP too. So a lot to love about Gizmac.
Absolutely. The only thing that I do want to specify about him, I think he's gonna get the biggest hit from the Mercurial, because it's the passive. His passive is gonna get killed, so I think that will probably knock him down quite a bit once that meta really settles in. The main reason why I don't have him higher, because you said some of other creators have him higher, is that the next champion that I kind of have higher and is just so freaking good. I actually made a video on it the other day. Is just Gallius, bro. Like, I freaking love this champion. He was my most hated mythical champion. Like, people know I cried about this champion so much because I pulled 3 copies of him like in I don't know 2-3 weeks, and I was like suffering because he was bad. But now I love him. Like, since he got buffed, he's just so freaking good in the current meta. You know, like the ignore block damage, decreasing the duration of buffs, the defense down unresistible. He cannot get polymorph. He's still stir meter. Crazy good damage. Resetting the cooldowns of his skills when he kills somebody. The self-increased defense, revive on death, the unkillable, the provoke, like you name it, you know? You name it.
I'm with you, bro. I mean, I'm not with you. I have him higher.
You have him higher. Okay.
Dude, you want to know who the last mythical I pulled is?
Who?
Yes.
Is it him?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to know the second last I pulled?
Him.
And then the third last I pulled?
Is it him?
I pulled 3 Galliuses in a row, bro.
I've pulled
really
2 in a row. That's what made me really hate him at that time, because he was so bad when they released him, you know.
I pulled him after the 3 copies in a row after the buff, but
that's
I was
great.
kind of bummed out because I wanted a new, like a
new toy. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, a new toy, but I can't complain because I have him. Like I said, I actually have him at overall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have him 6th on my list, which is so high for a champion that was probably the lowest the last time we did these rankings. I don't have much to add except for they absolutely nailed. Like, I'm just shocked at how much I love even his base form, you know?
Yeah,
like,
me too. Really good.
Oftentimes you don't even need to worry about, like, in PvP, my preference is, if I can, you know, if I don't need the ignore block damage or the buff to deal with, my preference is to stay in base form. His passive, the reflecting all that damage as well. He's healing himself by massive, like, he's insane. And then even in wave content, bro, the fact that you're just resetting skills and smoking everything with a decreased defense, you know, even before the nerf, or the buff rather, I already thought that he was like one of the best wave killers in all of Raid. So, man, I just love this dude. He's so freaking good. And he just beats the meta with the ignore block damage and in the buff decreasing. He's just insanely good. I love him. So I agree with you. I had him 1 spot below Embreeze on my list. So I had Embreeze over him, but only by 1 spot at 5 and 6.
You could make a case that there's another champion on the list that could potentially be considered maybe beneath Gallius, but we'll talk about it once we get there. What's your next on the list?
Okay, my next on the list is exactly where I had Carnage.
Okay. So you had Carnage pretty high, actually.
I had him high.
Yeah, very high. Yeah.
I consider Carnage on the same tier as, you know, Gizmac and now I guess I'll give up. Next on my list is Nell, who is tough to rank.
Yeah.
But I consider Carnage in the same exact tier, honestly. I think that I rank him probably a little bit higher because, honestly, it's the story of my own experience in the game, man, where I didn't use Carnage a lot when I first got him. Started using him more and more and more. And I'm not going to lie, I have Volcanos. So if you have Volcanos, Carnage, he's one of the best, if not the best combos. Counters Volcanos. So you don't want your opponent to have him, and he empowers Volcanos because you get the ignore block, or you get the burns, excuse me, that you don't need to resist check. They're irresistible. So anyway, between his aura, but like honestly, there's other block active skills champions out there. There's Chalco and there's Ramontus and there's other options, but having it protected or irremovable, I don't think there's anything as strong in the damn game in terms of control, because every champion that comes out in 2025 and 2026 has busted passives.
Yeah.
You know, and he negates it all, and you can't get rid of it. And yeah, everything else you said is true too. I love the HP swap and the counterattacks and the you know, it's a nice end move to swap forms at the end of the battle and just nuke them down when they're vulnerable and they're negated because all their passives and active skills are locked. I just think he's so good. hate going against him, and sometimes if I want to go with a Volcanos or a Nell strategy, which I do more and more lately in my own play style, he'll be my first choice sometimes in live arena.
So you are using him a lot then?
I'm using him a ton right now, yeah. All right, who you got next?
So next, I think I'm somewhere in between. You said you have Nell after this, right?
And Nell next.
Yeah, I'm a bit
That's
in between
sad.
with her as well. Is Nell and Nice kind of like left in a limbo in between?
Shocking that you have Nice and you have him this low, and I don't, and I have him much higher.
The thing is, it's not low. I mean, there are only like 3-4 mythicals left, you know. The thing is, I'm looking at it like, where am I using him? And it's just literally arena, you know, and or let's just say siege mode as well, PvP rather than just arena, because we have quite a few different modes now. But I think I don't have Nell, right? So I have a feeling that I would play her a bit more, just because that offense team is crazy powerful. Like, there's barely any counters to it. Defense wise, I find it pretty hard to deal with her in the defense, because you boost her meter, you do something, you're getting destroyed instantly. Like, she's dumping on the Marichka team and on Galatir and the rest, like, so hard, especially if Stalk the Broken is in the team, you know. It's just like, it's hard, you know. I think it's really hard.
She is. You can get people, and this is why I shifted strategies to wrapping Carnage so often, is not to say that he's a hard counter to Nell, but it's because it's hard to get away if you can pull it off from one of these Nell Volcanos passive damage strategies.
Very hard,
because they're so hard to counter. Because to your point, you know, if someone drafts Nell in the arena, what do? Like, you know, let's just say they start open with Nell and Marichka. Okay, those are their first 2 picks, and you should never pick them as your first 2 picks. But let's just say they do. You're like, okay, you've got very limited options here, because Star Sage sucks against Nell. Because he's turn meter filling on his A1. There's no way to escape her, you know, or buffing and healing and everywhere. So the traditional counters, you've got like maybe Naime, you know, like you struggle out the gate, you know, to deal with these champions. So yeah, all being said, Nell for me isn't a champion I use a ton outside of the arena at all, you know. Although, you know, that A3 isn't bad. Decreased defense, weekend, and turn meter fill. I will say that. But Nell, man, the only knock on Nell is her. I wish her alternate form
was
had a little bit more of a punch. But I can't ask for a buff for the most broken champion in the game at the same time. Her base form is S tier. And her alternate form, I always try to talk myself into it. I'm always like, dude, this is actually kind of nasty, because she gets more damage, and even her speed stat gets increased for every debuff she lands, even in her base form. So, like, she should be played, in my mind, where you keep her in base form for a little bit, you soften them up, you get those poisons to steal their buffs, and then boom! You go in for the final kills, and every time she gets a kill, she gets an extra turn, so she should be able to chain it. But it just doesn't play out that way. It's just not enough damage at all. But who cares? I'm complaining about one of the best champions in the entire game, so I agree with you.
So she is definitely a PvP specialist. You can use her in PV, but it's nothing extraordinary to say like this. So what would be your next one on the list then?
So next up I have my Gallius and my Embreeze.
Okay.
And then I have 5 champions left on my list, and honestly, 2 of them I don't have, so I'll point them out as I go. But next I have Lazarius. I have Lazarius. I love me some Lazarius. And there was a time where I probably had him 1 or 2, you know, overall. He just does it all. Like, I love the revive on his passive, a beautiful A3 and Rift's Gaze. Set up your team with Nest of Vipers, have a chance of removing Stone Skin to set the table for your team. Block a Cometus with a block debuffs. He's one of the fastest champions in the game. There's so much versatility in Lazarius, and you know, he brings his own damage buffs on his alternate form, so you can even shy away from just building him like an Uber Nuker and just focus on speed and maybe a little bit of accuracy, and he's still hard enough usually to get some kills. And when he gets kills, he resets the enemy's skills by 2 turns, you know? He's a control champion too, so there's a lot to love about this guy. That's why I have him this high on the list. That being said, there's a lot to watch out for when you're going to be running Lazarius nowadays, you know? The turn meter decrease I almost wish he didn't have it because of how much Marius there
yeah,
are, right?
exactly. Yeah, that's the thing with him. Yeah.
So you have to be careful of Marius. You have to be super careful of Nice because he's a squishy champion even when you build him not to be, because you want so much on him, speed, accuracy, damage, that he ends up inevitably being pretty squishy. And like, you know, he can be bait for champions like Nice who just want those kills to revive, you know? So you do have to be careful with him. And I find myself, he used to be my he's my fastest champion on my account, my Lazarius, all my best speed gear. So I used to use him as a crutch and always draft Lazarius. But I'm finding myself doing it less and less and less often. That's not to say that he's still not a beast, and I use him all over the place, but just not as much as I once did.
So I actually had him higher.
Okay.
My next one was Nice and Lazarius after, basically.
Okay.
So he's a champion that I have. I think he's absolutely amazing in PvP. I think he's great even in PvE in Faction Wars hard mode. He definitely helped my team on stage 21, right? Because he can become so freaking tanky. But out of these, don't really think he brings that much
to the
table. Yeah, Nice, the Shadow Keeper. Yeah. Progression-wise, I think he's lacking a little bit. So if any of you guys got him and we're leaving the arena off topic and we're talking about other content, I don't feel like he's really going to be as impactful as Lazarius, in my opinion, right? Because he does so many things. But overall, he's still one of the most busted mythical champions in the game. Marius counters him really, really hard, though. If you trigger that passive and Marius gets to counter attack and you have a crazy Marius going versus him, it's very likely that it will kill him, you know.
I got you. So are you talking about the
Crow? Nice, the Shadow Keeper. The one that you don't have and you wish you...
No, I know the champion.
Okay,
What passive are you referring to?
Huh?
What passive are you referring to?
The main passive that makes him metamorph, you know, when he's losing.
Got you. I'm like, all right, my bad. I was on his alternate form. I'm like, what are you talking
no.
about?
I'm talking about the passive on the first form. You know,
So
when it makes him metamorph.
Next?
Yeah, I had Lazarius over him just because of overall utility.
Fair enough. Okay, that puts me at my top. I had Nice number 3 on my list.
Okay.
Number 4 on my list, though, right below Nice, is Theodosia.
Okay.
Man, she's a busted champion. I really liked her from the beginning. I didn't hear like a lot of buzz, but I'm starting to see her more and more and more. Having that Force Affinity Reviver with the cleanse, the perfect veil, the stone skin, but also the buff steel. Like, she brings she's not similar to Star Sage in what she brings to the table, but she's similar in terms of she can really play both roles, right? As an absolute debuffer, a control champion, and also a really nice support champion. So I really dig her. I really want her. I love the heals built into the heinous protection as well. She's the other champion that I don't have, by the way. And I have a 6-star perfect soul just waiting for her.
Just waiting for her. So
waiting for her.
She was number 3 on my list, and
okay.
I wasn't her biggest fan when she was released, because at that moment in time she wasn't hitting that well in the meta. But now, considering that we are into the block damage meta, we have champions to deal with block damage, quite a few of them. We don't really have many to deal with unkillable, and I find her really, really strong in the current meta, and a big threat, very hard to deal with, you know.
I totally agree. All right, cool. I have that leads me. So she was my number 4. My number 3 was Nice.
Yep.
And then number 2, I can't believe we both have this guy this high, man. Because I feel like, again, I've seen a few other tier lists out there recently, and I feel like I've always been higher on Siegfried and the Nephilim.
Yep.
Than others. But here he is, my number 2. Number 2 mythical. What's that?
How many champions can do what he does, right? Like, he's demolishing PvE content. In PvP, he can absolutely rack it through Stone Skin if he gets the hit right. Yes, he does have counters like any other champion, but having the ability to deal crazy damage, transfer back those freaking debuffs with the A1 if you have them on when you counter attack or anything. That's the most annoying thing. I put a block active skills on him or a block passives or something, and I go with the A1, and he just transfers it back to me when he counter attacks, right? Because of the masteries, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm not gonna keep you locked now anymore. And then he just comes in with his rage of Nephilim and deals crazy damage, or if you somehow manage to leave him as the last standing ally, he just comes in and revives them all with a block damage, which I don't find it as a big problem anymore in PvP because I just go with Gallius and absolutely demolish them after, you know. But
Yep.
I think in terms of PvE, like he's demolishing content. Like that's why I have him so high. PvE and PvP is crazy good, yeah.
I agree. PvP, man, it's like you're just looking for an opening to rage against a non-force affinity champ. All you need is one.
Yeah,
'cause you know
exactly.
you crack that tone skin usually on if they're squishy enough on the others. And yeah, I don't have much to add other than he's a huge threat in the arena with self-sustain. It gives you a lot of flexibility with how you want to build him in PvP. And you know, you can even get by with merciless, like unorthodox builds with Siegfried because of his passive. And yeah, dude, like even on his revive form, right? Like even in the event dungeon, I was like accidentally made it part of my strategy. It's like, oh yeah, he's the last one alive, so there we go. But like, it's annoying. It's annoying that his alternate form has probably the coolest champion like visuals. I
was gonna say he looks so badass. Like he's one of the best looking champions in the game. Both forms, yeah.
Like I want to use it, but the crazy thing about his alternate form is when you do get to use it, man, even that A1 smacks on AoE.
It does, yeah.
You know,
it does, and you get a healing too, yeah.
I know. So yeah, Siegfried is my my number 2, and your number 2, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly as I had it too, and of course, number 1, at least for the moment. Who knows what the future might bring? But I still think that Star Sage is the GOAT.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Same.
yeah. I think it's just crazy with a passive keeping him alive. You know, pretty hard to kill the affinity on him. Which can cause issues for Commodus, for example. You know, like one of the main reasons you have Galatir, you have Theodosia, you have a lot of force champions, Ambris, Gallius, and you go in with a Commodus, and it's just weak hit. You're not landing the bombs. You're like, oh my god, that's it, game over. You know.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
The ability to cleanse, even to cut in front of an HP burn team that goes versus a Marichka, you know, maybe you have him with a supersonic, he just cuts in, cleanses the HP burn, puts the immunity, Gizmek becomes irrelevant, Stock becomes irrelevant, makes life harder for Gallius after. Like, there's so many things to take into consideration only with the first form, the revive. Like, crazy powerful in PvP, goated for the Chimera, and then you have the second form, which is just such a nasty form with the block active skills, the stun, remove buffs, the increased accuracy, the decreased resistance, the thermometer manipulation. You know, like there's so many things about this champion.
Dude, you know, I'm gonna be totally real and admit something really dumb.
Okay.
But like, he's such a good champion that like I'm reading through right now, and like this can be the case with all of us, even if like I play Star Sage every day, bro.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's the same thing that I did.
Well, I forgot that his if his accuracy is higher than if an enemy's accuracy is higher than his resist, he transfers debuffs back. You know?
I forgot that too.
Yeah, dude. So like, there's just like so much about this dude. You know, sometimes I mean I have it like when I first started using him, I totally forgot for a while that he didn't trigger counterattacks. You know, on his
I forgot that he had the increased accuracy.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Dude, he has so many crazy things that he brings to the table, and he just is the best of both worlds. The one thing that I've learned from playing Star Sage, though, is, man, there is a very delicate strategic balance about when you're switching forms with this guy.
Yeah.
You know? Because when I lose a Star Sage, it's usually because I get a little bit too aggressive on switching.
Yeah,
but
and
then,
you switch too early.
You switch too early, and you don't have that revive, you can't switch back. But it's always tempting because you know, if I just land this block active skills, I'll win. You know, but there's other things out there, like the buff removal can be blocked by lightning cage. So like there's a lot of interplay in Star Sage and some game theory in Star Sage, which is just really adds to his versatility and to why he's such an amazing champion.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like this was a hot one, guys. We literally made probably one of the longest videos I've made on the channel. Ash, thanks for your time, bro, because this literally took a very long time to go through all of the mythicals.
What are we at on the timer? What are we at?
I don't know, probably like well past the 90 minutes, I would assume.
Whoa, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you put some of the best mythical champions Do let us know in the comments down below what is your most favorite.
So chill, drink, and then with bread. Did I have the order right there?
I didn't even touch that, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even touch her.
Well, it's like you were
I
going.
didn't even touch her. Didn't touch her.
I'll tell you what happened is
Barely looked her in the face.
you sat down here, you told her you were going to chill, drink,
How do you know I was
and
doing that to be quick?
to get a case
Yeah, because I was just about to eat
to get a
that.
quesadilla.
Yeah, because I'm hungry. I've been at work all day.
Okay.
Ain't got no friends. Ain't got nobody to talk to. That's why I'm here.
To get a free quesadilla.
Basically,
Marco.
technically I didn't do anything.
Tell you, you
I
don't
had
think you did
consent
anything.
to come over here to see her. Maybe
That's
that
it?
was to talk or whatever the case may be. Whatever the I was saying when I was drunk, you could tell I'm intoxicated. Where am I now?
You're just being detained right now. What up, boys? It's your boy, Skeet Hansen, back at it again. This time we are in Sterling Heights, Michigan. It's about midnight here, and we are waiting for this guy to show up, to be Ubered on over here. He actually requested an Uber from who he thinks is a to come over here and have some adult fun. This is 25-year-old Marco from Roseville. YNs these days, I swear. She says she's. He says, oh man, I thought you were at least 18. She says, no, but I like older guys. He says, understandable, but I'd be out under the jail for that. And if your mom catches me in her home, it's over. But send me some pictures. Bro. So this is the only picture we have of him. He says, I found a picture of me. I don't have braids no more, though. I don't even know what this guy currently looks like, but I guess we're going to find out when he walks through the door. It's been a while for me. What about you? Have you since the summer? He says, I know you gotta be horny. He says, you ever had good head, like real good head before? Well, to see how his head game is. He says, something you should have experienced before is letting a nigga you, respectfully. But I got you. I'm experienced. I like giving head. It's just something about your reaction to it that I love. He asks if he should bring this bottle or no, and then he takes a picture of some Luna Zool tequila. I'm not very versed on my tequilas. I don't know if that's a good one or not. But hey, maybe you'll give it a try when he gets here. Turn up. Then the most incriminating message we have is where he says, I ain't gonna lie, we gon' for show. Chill, relax, might play in your hair and this dude is just goofy. So that's pretty much all we have. He hasn't said a whole lot. I think he's trying to be a little careful, but we got that on him. That's the full intent. And he's got to be here, so Sterling Heights PD should have no problem taking this guy away.
Marco? Hi. Not much. What are you doing? Yeah. How was the Uber? How was the Uber? Oh, it's just my house. What? Huh? No, why? You can sit right here. I'll make your quesadilla. Sorry, I had paper, please. you want to do? Yeah, but like what? Smoke? Wait, what?
I said we could chill, smoke, drink, and then we could probably.
Oh, really? Like how? Yeah. Is this the tequila? It's half drinking. Why? Yeah, this should be ready. Okay, sorry, it's a little soggy. You haven't been to Where in a while? Why? So after we drink, did you want to like go to my room then? Okay. And then what? What?
So chill, drink, and then with Red. Did I have?
Man, he looks like fucking Morpheus from the Matrix. Skeet, he walks out in that suit.
The order right there? That was right. He is a father of 2, and he's a softball coach. What's going on, coach?
How are you?
Good, how about yourself? Well, you're telling me you had this conversation with Emily, and you're coaching other 15-year-old girls who aren't your daughter, and you don't have an attraction to them. There's nothing, you don't talk to them in any sort of ways. I mean, you see why that's a little
I get what
hard for
you're
me to
saying, but
believe.
yeah, I don't do it.
But don't you think this picture of you in the shower is just a little bit inappropriate?
Yeah.
So it's just a little provocative. Okay, he is right behind us, literally. We are gonna head to looks like Monroe Police Station.
Oh, nice.
We're just here to
Next
make a
rotation,
report.
we should
This
be
will
getting Carnage.
Robert here. He's 43 years old
When is the
from
next
Columbus,
rotation?
Ohio area. He
6
came
days?
to our
Hell yeah.
steakhouse over in Luna Pier to meet who he thought was a 15-year-old female for his sexual activities. We have a full chat log in here. What's your name? Marco. What's going on tonight, Marco?
Just trying to see if this what it was.
See if what's what it was.
This.
What's this?
Man, I'm not about to sit here. If you want to take me, take me. Because I know it.
I'm not taking you anywhere. What'd you know?
What you mean?
What'd you know?
What is that? There's a cop there. There's cameras. Got me on TV. Yeah.
Well, you tell me. What do you think is going on?
Dang, what can we talk about?
I think there's a lot to talk about.
Alright. Because you supposedly know why I'm here.
I have an idea, but I just want to hear from you.
I'm just here.
Man, he looks like a little kid.
I'm hungry.
Just here eating a quesadilla.
I just walked through the door.
I heard. Yeah. Who let you in the door? Who's that?
Somebody different.
Someone different. You don't remember her name?
No, you got me kind of messed up because I've been drinking.
You've been drinking.
Her name is supposed to be.
Okay. And how old did tell you she was?
She told me. Well, she didn't tell me anything.
She didn't tell you
At
anything.
first.
At first. Okay.
So what I seen was she was 18.
Where did you?
So-called dating.
I'm dating it. Okay. But what did she? Do you remember what she told you?
Well, no, I don't have
What age? You don't have him. Okay. Well, I have it here. I was just looking to hear it from you.
You got the same thing I got.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to take a guess? How old did Emily tell you she was? Do you recall? Been a long time. Okay. Well, I'll tell you since you can't think of it. Emily told you that she was, and now you remember.
No, I ain't tell you anything.
Oh, you don't remember. Marco, I think you knew that Emily was the whole time on your way here.
Okay, let's say I did.
Okay.
Let's say
Yeah,
I
let's say you do. So,
But what am I doing?
that's what I'm trying to find out. Well, that's what I'm trying to find out is what are you doing here with that you thought was Home Alone? What was the plan? Because I heard what you said when I was just back there. I believe you said, shit. Well, that's what you said. Well, you said you wanted to do it just before you came here. Chill and drink.
That's what was said.
That's what you said. By you, right?
By both of us.
I just see it from you here, Marco.
I mean, yeah, but do you see, oh no, I'm not going to do this, or...
That you said? No, I don't think you said that you weren't going to do it. I don't think you said you were. So just help me understand. Why you're here? Well, I'll say you're here to meet that is a pretty weird predicament that you got yourself into.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I ain't never did nothing before.
Never met anyone.
Never. I've never been convicted of anything.
Was this just something you...
Never done nothing.
Was this just something you thunk up to do today?
No, I just had some time.
Friday, you just had some time to...
Who knows?
Well, you said you wanted to f*** her. What does that
Words
mean?
are words. Actions are actions.
And showing up is showing up.
Yeah, but what did I show up to do?
Marco, you showed up with a bottle of... What is that in the bottle?
My liquor.
Liquor.
I wasn't even gonna drink.
Liquor that you weren't going to bring, but you brought it.
Yeah, because I didn't.
I see that. That's fine.
What do you see?
That you drink.
A man that can articulate himself while he's been drinking.
I can see that. But I also see here that you were planning to distribute it to this girl that says that she's
That's what I said.
within the chat.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Did I offer her that bottle?
You
When
brought,
I walked in here? No,
you brought
I
the
didn't.
bottle.
No, I didn't.
Well, how do I know you weren't
No, I
going
didn't.
to
It
at some
doesn't
point?
matter. What did I do when I got in here? I didn't even touch that girl.
Yeah.
I didn't even touch her.
Well, it's like you were
I
going
didn't
to.
even touch her. Didn't touch her.
I'll tell you what happened is
Every look at her face.
you sat down here, you told her you were going to chill, drink,
How do you know I
and
was doing that to be fit?
to get a case
Yeah, because I was just about to eat
to get a
that
quesadilla.
motherfucker. Yeah, because I'm hungry. I've been at work all day.
Okay.
Ain't got no friends. Ain't got nobody to talk to. That's why I'm here.
To get a free quesadilla.
Basically, because that's all I had time to do, right?
From a
If you wanted to know what I was here for, you should have waited a little bit longer, maybe.
until you touched
Maybe,
her, or
maybe, because if you want to see what I'm here for, put words to action, not words to words.
I'm putting what's in the chat to what I'm
That's
seeing
the
here.
chat. Everybody talks. You know what the media is.
So
I'm
you're
not
saying
stupid.
talk
I'm
is
not
talk is.
stupid.
Are you sure about that?
I might be stupid in theory, yeah, but I'm not.
It would be
stupid.
okay.
People do stupid things.
So you do stupid things,
If I really wanted that,
but you're not stupid. Well, if you didn't want it, I don't think you'd be here.
okay, so what's the end goal?
Sounds pretty
Well,
dumb to me.
I'm just stuck on the whole reason you're here. So it's for a quesadilla, because you needed food, was it?
I mean, you could say that, because I was just about to eat it, wasn't I?
I'm asking you, Marco.
Yeah, let's
what-
say, yeah, I'm here for yeah, let's say that.
You're here for a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Ubered over here by who told you she was here home alone.
Yeah. And what's
So
the
you get a-
point of doing that? Because first of all, hold on, let's stop.
Sure.
Let's stop, let's pause.
Let's pause.
Because I remember everything.
But you just
Yeah,
said you
I
didn't
asked
really
her a
remember.
picture only because
You didn't remember how old she was even, Marco. You said you didn't. I don't mean to cut you off, but
that's what I said.
you're contradicting yourself now. Okay, well, please go on with what you were gonna say. Okay.
When I seen her picture, I liked her photo. Said she was 18. Okay, that's
Sure. On the app said that. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I did text her first, but she
You
didn't
did.
text me right there. I didn't go over there. I didn't. Oh, what you going over there?
I'm not accusing you of that. Sure. Hmm.
So I don't even. I don't get the point of this. I don't.
You don't get the point. You don't get why we're here. You don't
Yeah, I
see.
get why we're here.
You don't see how.
Sound like he wanted her to get the point.
On the internet.
You don't see how it's concerning that you're an adult here to meet someone at midnight who says that. You don't see how that's a concern.
I do.
You see it. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
See, should I bring this bottle around and talk about cuddles and giving her kisses everywhere?
People talk all day. People say.
So this is all just talk to you. It's all just talk. You can drink your bottle. Not drinking. Okay.
I got. Thank you, bro.
Okay. I mean,
A weirdo.
you're not a weirdo. Some would argue otherwise, given the circumstance.
You said, what am I?
No, some would argue otherwise, given the circumstances.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
And
But I'm not about to sit up here and talk to y'all day. It's either y'all gonna take me to jail or you gonna let me go.
okay.
Which one you wanna do? Because
Well, Marco,
technically I didn't do anything.
tell you, you don't think you did
consent
anything.
to come over here to see her.
Just to see her.
To see her. Maybe
That's
that
it?
was to talk or whatever the case may be. Whatever I was saying when I was drunk, you could tell I'm intoxicated.
Okay, so that's your defense. You were drunk texting.
I'm not making a defense. What I
Okay.
said.
Like when you said she needs to let a nigga her respectfully and give her head and whatnot. I mean, I'm just going off what I have here. This is what you typed. Right, Marco?
Okay. So what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I should have manualed this.
I just want you to come clean and say what was actually going to happen tonight between you and a that was home alone.
How can I tell you what never happened?
Well, you came on an Uber ride here. You must have some plan. Looks like you brought a bag to stay the night and everything.
No, I didn't. All I got is my liquor in here. Literally. There's no
Okay.
clothes. There's no nothing. Just my liquor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do for work, Marco?
I cook.
You cook. At a, like, where do you cook? Cook? Oh. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, the question don't matter. I'm a cook.
Okay.
I got off work.
Okay.
Take some back and forth.
Why don't you cook yourself some food? Why'd you have to come here and get it? You see how it's relevant?
I would be at home eating right now.
Okay. You would be at home eating? Why didn't you stay home tonight if you're just here to get a quesadilla?
Came to chill.
Just to chill.
Yeah.
You don't see how that sounds a little.
If she was my cousin, it wouldn't be a problem.
No.
Right.
But it's
right. Let's
it's
get
the
technical. If
we can
she
get
was my
technical.
cousin,
Okay.
it wouldn't be a problem.
But she's not your cousin. But
Pull my record up. It's squeaky clean. Squeaky clean. Squeaky. You gonna see?
Squeaky clean. Squeaky.
before tonight it was.
Yeah. Okay. So take me.
Okay. Well, you even said you'll be under the jail if you get caught for this.
If I get caught for her, I didn't her. I didn't touch her. I didn't kiss her. I didn't do anything but walk through the door.
Are you familiar with Michigan Penal Code?
Yes, I'm familiar.
So you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think I'm referring to?
This is basically, they were basically told that if
No, not even that. Before that. Because you think you didn't do anything illegal tonight, right?
I did.
You did. Oh, well, what did you do?
Like, I had a conversation with, I had a vulgar conversation with a, because that's basically all I did tonight. Now, I
It's
could
like,
if I came
okay.
through that door, hugging on her, kissing on her. I didn't do that.
You do realize it is a felony to come and meet someone who told you they were who you had a sexually charged conversation with. Just to meet them is the felony.
I know that.
Okay. Okay.
And I did the only felony on my record.
So
Because
you,
I don't do
You just
I'm
don't.
not a bad person.
You just don't one and done kind of guy. Just
What do you mean
one,
one and done?
one felony and that's it.
Because I'm not a bad kid.
I didn't say you were.
Right. So what do you think it
But
would be?
just
I'll
because.
do this shit again, like I told her, I ain't never, ever looked that message up. I ain't never, ever had to do no shit like this.
Understood. But just because your record is squeaky clean doesn't really get you off the hook for this.
I didn't say
Well,
you did.
Okay, well,
Why do you
you're.
think I'm still sitting here?
Well, you're just. I'm just trying to make you
Otherwise,
understand.
I'll be trying to wiggle my way out the situation. I already knew this before I came here, and I still came. You see that message?
Where you said you could be in jail.
No.
Which one?
No, did you hear that? That is somebody else.
The one you just got. Who's texting you?
No, somebody that is of age.
Oh, why didn't you go meet them?
What do you mean why I ain't gonna meet them?
Why'd you choose the person versus the of age person?
Because like I said, maybe I just wanted to come and talk. Maybe I was just entertaining what she was saying. Or just doing some just to do it. People do it all the time.
Just commit a felony, just to commit a felony?
Man, to me, it's... Man.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is to you, Marco. The facts are the
I don't have to
facts.
sit here up all night talking about this.
We won't be here all night. We'll be here for a few more minutes.
Okay. So the last few moments, you know it's there, you know it's here.
Correct.
Right.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What I have to say is stupid. Because what I was going off of...
What you did is stupid, you mean?
No, see, you don't know why I actually came here.
That's what I've been trying to figure out the whole time, Marco. Okay. What causes you to
6 months.
do this?
Lonely in a house for 6 months. I go to work and I come home. I don't talk to anybody.
Okay.
I don't have any friends, no family. Just me.
Are you having trouble meeting new people?
No, it's in this day and time, people don't like to get to know each other. So it's hard now. A couple years ago when COVID hit, it was easy. You go to gas station, somebody else going downtown, so but
Right.
nowadays nobody wants to talk to anybody anyway. Get to know anybody.
Well, I imagine it can be hard to get to know people when this is the only photo you send them of yourself.
But she was still talking.
She was, but why not show the real you? This doesn't look anything like you currently. This is you how long ago?
I just don't have the braids.
It looks like a catfish picture.
Okay.
I mean, if I look at the two side by side, I mean, look at side by side. Does it look like the same? It kind of, but if I look at, it's the lighting and maybe if you take that off, it'll look like you. Okay. I'm just saying, you can take better pictures. You know, if you want to connect with people online, you can get better at it. And well, maybe not now, but you could have met maybe an adult. Why not meet someone of age?
In a way, I ain't gonna lie, she was easy to talk to.
Okay.
And that was before the vulgar comment, because it didn't start like that.
I see.
And I don't know where it came from.
I saw that.
You know, because it started on the app, and then it started, I was talking to her.
Right.
Because I thought she was 18.
At first.
And I got to ask her questions. She's telling me, this is before she even told me she was 18.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I even started to.
Well, before she told you she was.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going off the app. We switched to the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm texting her. She's talking about, oh, she wants to link, this, that, and the third, and get me right. And I start asking her some questions.
Okay.
Oh, you say your mama going out of town. Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Was she strict? You can't leave the house or something? So I kept asking her. If I didn't ask her a question, she probably wouldn't even said that.
Well, maybe not.
Right.
But right after you asked that.
App, and you just did all of that, and I fell right into it. I'm talking to my brother at home before I even got on the phone, before I even got over here. I'm like, bro, I got this girl, but I didn't want to say nothing to him because I'm like, damn, look at me a certain way for this.
For talking to a 15-year-old girl.
I mean, yeah.
Right, as any brother would.
Yeah, but nobody, you don't know what I'm actually going to do. People say a lot of shit.
Okay.
Okay? People say a lot of shit.
Right.
But don't do what they say they do. Or they might do something,
So the tables were turned and say your brother was going to meet someone who said they were. Your response would be, okay, he's just going to talk to her. It's cool.
I probably wouldn't. I probably try to talk him out of it if I knew the details, yeah.
Right. Okay, you try to talk him out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good of you.
Because like I said, you go on my record. There's nothing like this on my record. So
What?
I'm not a.
So, Marco, why couldn't you talk yourself out?
I don't know. I guess I was just too lonely.
It's too long.
I don't know.
Don't you think you should have consulted with your brother before doing this? Get some good advice?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Been a while. Been a while since you've been loved.
Yeah, man, I've been alone. Shit.
Yeah.
6 months of school. So, hey, maybe I wanted to home and cook meals or some shit. Or to feel that again. I don't know. But all I can tell you, what did I do when I came to that meal? And that's gonna tell you a lot.
You tell me, what'd you do when you came through the door?
She kept trying to talk to me, and I took my shoes off, being respectful of somebody's house. I just came from the snow, right?
Okay.
So I got manners, right?
As you should.
I come through the door and I just sit down. She's asking, oh, what are we gonna do? That you already threw me off. Already kind of felt like he was. You feel me? Because already I'm like, can I trust you?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, because in a sense you don't know why I'm texting you the way I'm texting. You don't know why I'm even talking to you. Truly.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, y'all want to take me to jail for that? Take me. Just take me. I'll do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my job right now. I don't even care about these goddamn cameras. I don't care. I mean, you could say I was here to have sex with you, but you can't say that because I didn't.
Oh, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Based off of the transcripts, right? Right. Now, if you hadn't talked about that stuff, and you came here, then I wouldn't have any reason to think that, right? I would think that maybe you're just here to talk and have a quesadilla. But you know, being the you can't really solicit online.
Everybody in this world, everybody gonna be so different because you got, and let's say that's what it was. Let's say that's what it was.
Okay.
Some other countries, as soon as that girl hits her period, or as soon as she gets up that age, she's able to marry.
Sure, but this isn't one of those countries. Okay, it's not really relevant, Marco.
Then again, how do you know?
Well, Marco, what I have to tell you is that I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. We're doing an online series about adults who try to meet up with online for sex. If there's anything else you have to say, we'd love to hear it.
What's up, man?
What's that?
Can you do me a favor? Stand up for me. Put your hands on me. No weapons on you.
Hey, hold on. One second. I'm not about to resist or anything.
What's up?
But I do need to do my affairs, you know?
Yeah. We'll get you.
Can y'all answer this question for me?
What's up?
So, where am I now?
You're just being detained right now. All right. We're gonna go talk. We'll figure it out. I'll keep you updated. Is this your jacket? All right. No weapons in here.
I ain't got no weapons on.
This is backpack too.
Okay.
You're gonna watch our quesadilla as well, Marco? Done with that?
Got an ID in here?
Well, he was an interesting fellow. Where were we going with the age of consent laws in other countries? Where was that going?
If John would have stayed back there, maybe he would have got a chance out there. But you guys came out.
We came out too soon before he could get his out. Man, should have gave it 20 more minutes.
He said if they would have just stayed back there for a few minutes, then maybe he would have had a chance to her. But words are just words. We didn't get to see his actions because he came out too soon.
Yeah, we didn't allow her to get diddled, so. Right. Well, all right, that was our boy Marco from somewhere. Roseville, right? Yeah, Marco from Roseville came here to me. We thought was apparently he wasn't gonna do anything, and I was just accusing him of BS, whatever. He wasn't gonna do anything. We should have let him take it a step farther and actually touch the girl or something from what he said. Like, who says stuff like that? That's crazy. I've never heard that one before. But He's within the hands of Sterling Heights PD now. Yeah, I feel bad for that quesadilla. It was such a good quesadilla, and he only took like one freaking bite of it. But yeah, that's all we can do with him. It's within the hands of the law now. I'm tired of we got a couple guys scheduled for tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Well, thank you for coming.
Please don't mind my gross feet.
No, it's okay.
I don't wear socks with my shoes and the rubber wears off on my toes.
Oh.
Speaking of sinners, seems like you're here to commit quite the sin tonight, Mike. Do you think it still would have happened while she was years old?
No.
No.
Please.
At least.
Explain to me what you're doing here.
I was here to meet a year-old girl.
Put your hands behind your back.
What up, boys? It's your boy, Skeet Hansen, back in Roseville again. We are currently waiting for our potential predator to show up to our sting house to meet our year-old decoy. This is what he looks like. Real piece of work there. Looks actually pretty scary. His name is Mike, or Michael. He works for U-Haul. He's like a loader or something like that, or he works on the trucks at U-Haul. We got a nice work pic here. You can see the U-Hauls in the background there. Pretty good prices, actually. Thinks he's meeting a year-old girl they met on the Facebook dating app. He says, it's not ideal for you to be, but I promise not to overstep boundaries. Now, that's what he said back in May. But most recently, what he said that he's big on physical touch. He says one of the things he likes doing is going down on girls and giving them head. And he likes that more than getting a job. Would you believe that? So he's more of a giver than a receiver. What a nice guy. He says,
sadly,
no king is
there's
off
no
limits,
option to
ask.
trade.
Some might be tougher than others. Then he says, I get really nervous around new women that like me. And referencing, when he said going down, the girl says, would you go down on me? He says, absolutely, with the 100 emoji. Never knows. Now, we try to get him to say more than that, but he just won't. I mean, he's just really dodgy with it. He's being careful. He just says things like, I like to live in the moment and see where the night takes us. So he's not really like being very descriptive, but I think we got him on where he said that he would go down on her. So hopefully, that's going to be enough to get him arrested. Then he talks about how he doesn't like condoms. And right now, our potential predator, Mike, is just minutes away at a McDonald's restaurant, just waiting. He got off work just about an hour, maybe an hour and a half ago, and he came right to Roseville. He doesn't even have the address yet. He just parked up at McDonald's. So while we were on the way here, we figured we'd have some fun with it and ask him to get a Happy Meal. And lo and behold, the bag has been acquired. We got the chicken nugget Happy Meal with the chalky milk. He's going to be coming in with that. So I wonder what kind of toy you got. Think you got a girl toy? Well, we're getting ready for our boy Mike to show up here. He's just a couple minutes away, and he's trying to U-Haul his in a year-old girl. That's what it seems like to me. So let's get ready for this guy to show up. Okay, 3 minutes. He will be here in 3 minutes. This guy is right around the corner. Dude, no suspicion. Oh, he's about to just walk up in here. It's crazy. I appreciate you and your time, and I vow to be a gentleman. Does is that part of being a gentleman?
He's here.
He's here? All right.
Hi. How are you? You too. Well, thank you for coming. You can take off your shoes and just sit down.
Please don't mind my gross feet.
No, it's okay.
I don't wear socks with my shoes and the rubber wears off on my toes.
Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I'm just so excited to meet you.
Me too. Are you sure it's okay? No?
It's not ideal.
Oh, okay.
Operating on no sleep right now.
Why?
I don't know, I just didn't go to sleep last night.
It's because you were so excited. So, is there like anything you want to do?
I want to learn more about you first.
Okay.
But see, this is the streaming service I have.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff on here.
Yeah, I played How to Train Your Dragon for my mother today.
Yeah, I see it at the bottom. What do you want to watch?
I heard Sinners was pretty good.
What's that about?
Well, I can tell it's about a night of partying turns into a night of being attacked by vampires.
Speaking of sinners, seems like you're here to commit quite the sin tonight, Mike. Hey, Scrumptious.
Howdy.
How's it going?
Pretty good, yourself?
Pretty good. How are you?
Well,
What are you doing here?
I was just gonna hang out.
With who?
Seriously.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but your breath is really kicking right now, Josh.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very, it doesn't smell very pleasant.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm getting all the whiff right now. Yeah.
Same time I tried to explain, I never really believed this whole situation was real, and I just kind of wanted to see what was up and see what was really going on.
Let's pause.
I'm stupid for coming out here.
Let's pause. Let's pause.
Jonathan, I don't know why you guys kept pushing me to come out here.
I'm all confused myself.
You're
because
confused?
I was born, was it brain tumor?
A brain tumor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm on disability the rest of my life.
Okay. I want you, listen to this. Did you hear that? Those are the cuffs going around your son. Did you hear that? How are you?
Good, sir.
What are we doing here tonight?
I was just talking to
Talking to her. How do you know?
She matched with me on Facebook.
How old is?
She tells me she's...
And Mike, how old are you?
I'm 38.
So 38, and if you add those two together, I mean, it equals trouble. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
Right. So, why'd we think it was okay to meet a year-old girl tonight, Mike?
I honestly kind of expected this.
You expected
To be confronted.
to be confronted.
Yes.
Why did you expect that?
Because it was too good that this cute girl was texting me.
Thought it was a little too good to be true.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you're a good-looking guy. You got a good job and everything, but
Not a good looking guy.
well, maybe not the most kept up, but you know, I'm sure you can do all right for yourself. So why did it seem so unbelievable? Just because she was attractive and
Well, I've been single for 7 years now.
7 years, okay.
And not once have I gotten a date.
Okay, and this was the first one in 7 years.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be with a year-old girl.
I was really hoping she wasn't.
But Mike, she told you she was on more than one occasion. When you were just sitting here on the couch, she told you again that she was.
I wasn't planning on doing anything.
You weren't?
I know the text
But there-
you sent earlier.
What did the text messages say from earlier regarding that?
I would do anything she was comfortable with.
Right. You did say that, but you did mention that you like going down on girls and that you like giving them head more than you like receiving it. Right?
Yeah.
You did tell her that. You say that you're big on physical touch and you don't like condoms. Then you say that you'll try to learn how she likes having pleasure and you'll respond accordingly. So what did you mean by that?
I was just trying to make her feel comfortable with talking to me.
Okay. When you say having pleasure, meaning her having pleasure, what would that entail?
I would hope family-friendly pleasure.
So you want a whole family, or what are you getting at here?
I was hoping we could get to know each other, and I could.
Mm-hmm. Well, please finish your statement. Hoping you can get to know each other, and
I wanted a girlfriend.
And you wanted a year-old girl to be your girlfriend. Is that what you're saying?
I really wasn't being picky.
You weren't being picky, so you were
I don't think this dude's all there.
willing to engage in a romantic relationship with a year-old girl. Okay. And you say no kink is off limits, and some might be tougher than others. Well, explain to me what might have happened tonight if we weren't here and a year-old girl actually was here.
I was just gonna watch a movie, find out why she's interested in a guy like me.
What's a guy like you?
A 38-year-old man talking to a year-old girl.
Right, you see that. So you wanted to find out why she'd be interested in talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really didn't feel comfortable being here.
Okay, you seem pretty comfortable. Well, looks like you parked your car right out there and walked right up, and you even got her a Happy Meal from McDonald's.
Well, she asked for it.
I understand that. I mean, you're just being a nice guy getting her what she asked. I understand that, but I mean, what's not so nice is the messages that you send to her. I mean, even when you say do you have anything you like to do with men, or would I be your first time? So, Mike, were you hoping to be her first time tonight?
No, not tonight.
Not tonight.
No, absolutely.
When was that going to happen?
Later on down the road.
How much later?
If I had to have waited, I would wait years.
You'd wait years?
Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you wait years to meet up with her?
Well, she asked to meet up.
So you just had to meet up with a girl just because she asked?
Well, we're getting stuck on the fact that she's a little girl.
Well, I would say that's a pretty big deal, wouldn't you, Mike? I mean, you're 38. Isn't her being a pretty big deal, don't you think? I mean, you do know it's illegal. Right. So knowing that, why'd we still show up here tonight, Mike?
Really nothing better to do.
Okay.
I sit around and play video games all day long.
What do you play?
Mostly online games like Fallout and
Marvel Rivals?
No,
not into Marvel. Okay.
No.
And then in reference to you saying that you go down on girls, she asks you a little bit later if you would go down on her, and you say absolutely with the 100 emoji.
Yeah, I said that.
Were you planning to do that tonight?
No, sir.
No, another night?
Another night.
Okay. You more of a third date kind of guy?
At least.
Okay. So is it safe to say, Mike, it may have happened on the third date?
Not the third time.
Maybe the fourth?
It would have happened eventually.
Eventually. Do you think it still would have happened while she was years old?
No.
No.
At least.
At least. Well, you understand why that's just a little hard to believe, Mike, being that you said the things you said, and you're here now, and you knew she was the age that she was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, were we not thinking clearly? Because we knew.
Sir.
You weren't thinking clearly? Okay. I mean, I just don't understand, Mike, what makes us think it's okay to do this? I mean, what's hindering your ability to think tonight?
I suffer from a psychosis.
Psychosis?
And I'm off my medication.
So that's what causes you to not think so clearly?
No, I go
And why do they always use medication as an excuse? I don't get it.
days on end without sleeping.
Okay.
What's your diagnosis?
Paranoid schizophrenia.
But Mike, I've known a few people in my lifetime that had the same thing, and they weren't trying to meet up with year-old girls online.
And this is the first time I've ever.
First time?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Mike, it doesn't make it much better. Maybe a little bit, but not much. The thing is, you still did what you did tonight. You say it's not ideal for you to be, but you promise not to overstep boundaries. I mean, that's what you said at first. I would say, would you say that coming to meet her tonight, a girl would be overstepping a boundary of some sort? I mean, do you have kids of your own, Mike?
I do.
You do. How old are they?
He'll be this November.
Okay, so not too far off from the age of the girl you're here to meet. How would you feel if your son was being chatted up like this online by someone 38 and they came to meet him when he was home alone?
I doubt his mother would allow that to happen.
Well, did her mother allow it? Isn't she gone at work?
I have no idea where her mother is. She never mentioned that.
Well, she's not here tonight, right?
No.
All right. So, hypothetically, let's talk hypothetically. So, say your ex-wife was gone at work and your son was chatting up a stranger like this online and he said, come on over. And your ex-wife is at work and the guy comes over to meet him. How would that make you feel?
That would make me feel pretty cruddy.
Pretty cruddy, right?
That's true.
So, Mike, what makes it okay for you to do this with someone else's kid?
It doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't. So, if you don't condone the behavior, why are we doing it tonight? It's a bit hypocritical. There's got to be something in your head that made you think about that and realize maybe this is okay. And I just want to know what that is.
It was just spur of the moment.
Spur of the moment. And I see you work for U-Haul.
Yes, sir.
So you sent her some pictures of some work you do. How long have you worked there?
6 years.
6 years. Wow. So you're a veteran. I imagine you're pretty high up.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some seniority, I imagine. No? Oh, okay.
I could be fired like that.
Gotcha. And now, if your employer found out about what you came to do tonight, Mike, how do you think they would take that?
They would probably frown upon it.
Maybe grounds for termination.
Maybe.
It's just not a good look for the company. I imagine you could see that.
Yeah.
Did you think about that before you came here tonight?
No, sir.
From the conversation, it looked like you were trying to U-Haul your mouth perhaps onto a year-old girl's hoo-hoo spot. You said you would be open to going down on her.
It was just the heat of the moment. I thought that's what she wanted to hear.
But at the same time, it's what you want to say because you said it. And you thought it and you said it, Mike. And now you're here, so I can't make any other conclusions than the fact that you're here to do some of these acts that you describe within this chat log. Do you see how it looks like that?
I do see how it looks like that, sir.
Right. But be honest with me, Mike. Were you going to do those things tonight with this girl?
Absolutely not.
No, not tonight.
We were just gonna watch a movie.
Okay.
Maybe cuddle.
Maybe cuddle. Did you bother to did you shower after you got off work today, Mike? Or did you even step home for a shower?
I stopped home and changed my clothes.
You can change your clothes, but what made you skip the shower?
I don't have any shower pressure in my shower right now. And
I see. Yeah, because I'm getting a bit of a whiff from you. I can tell you've been working all day. I mean, don't you think it's just common courtesy to freshen up before you come meet someone new? I mean, let alone cuddling. Don't you think it's just you should do that? Probably. Maybe part of the reason you haven't had a date in so long. You gotta take care of yourself, Mike.
I haven't been taking care of myself for a long time.
I see. So why is that? Are we depressed?
Very.
Why so?
Well, I'm 38, about to be 39, and I still live at home with my parents.
You live with your parents.
I lost my car the other day. That's a rental out front. But I lost my car the other day when I got T-boned by a motorist.
Who was at fault?
The motorist. It was an Oakland County cop.
Really?
Yeah, he blew a stop yield.
Wow.
And blew my airbags.
Wow. Speaking of hypocrites, I mean, even our own law enforcement officers aren't obeying traffic signs. Sorry to hear that, Mike. It's very unfortunate. But don't you think it's a bit of a step in the wrong direction coming tonight to meet a year-old girl and possibly be committing a felony? Didn't you say maybe it wasn't the wisest decision? Right.
I had a feeling
that this is what it was going to be.
Yeah.
So even with that feeling, you still showed up. Why? I mean, why? If you had that feeling, why not just back out, say nope, not running the risk, not putting it on the line, and just looking the other way? What made you not do that?
I was hoping she would back out before giving me her address.
You were hoping she would back out, so you were trying to play a game of chicken. Why didn't you back out? You're supposed to be the responsible adult here. She's Mike.
I definitely thought about backing out while I was sitting at McDonald's.
Okay, and you were sitting there for quite a while. Why didn't you just back out then? You had plenty of time. You talk about how awesome she is and that she's worth it, and that she deserves someone who will be there whenever she wants. You even say you don't want her to feel like you're a creep or a bad person. Doesn't you being here sort of contradict that, Mike? What would you say? Right, I mean, just given the age difference, it's a little creepy, and I mean, it's a possible felony we're looking at, so that would make you a bad person. What would your ex-wife think of this?
She'd probably take over my custody.
You see your son often?
I see him twice a week.
Twice a week.
I would see him more, but I don't comply with the court order all the way.
So you choose to see someone else's kid. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. You say that you vow to be a gentleman. Is a year old girl very gentlemanlike? Because that's what we're looking at here. It would be statutory. Girl can't give consent. I don't know if you knew that, but did you know that? You didn't know that a year-old girl couldn't give actual consent?
Well,
let's not play dumb, Mike. I know you're not stupid.
I know there's an age limit, but
there's an age of consent.
I thought it was much younger in Michigan than.
How old did you think the age of consent was? And this girl. So you knew that she was below the age of consent. Okay. Talk about cuddling with her during the movie. You want her to feel comfortable and in control as much as possible. So you wanted her to be in control.
Well, I don't want to do anything that she doesn't ask me to do.
Okay. So she would have to ask you to do things, and then you would comply.
Yeah, even though she says in the messages she prefers the man to take control.
Right. Understandable. So if she asked you to do, if she requested you do something, you would have done it, like whatever she asked you to do. Just like you brought her McDonald's.
I would have hesitated greatly if it was anything.
You would have hesitated, but do you think at some point you would have brought yourself to do that? No.
I've only been with one other person in my entire life.
Just your ex-wife?
Yeah.
Okay. What went wrong there? Why is she your ex-wife now?
She divorced me about 8 years ago. She was unhappy in the marriage. I was in the beginning stages of my psychosis. I went off the rails deeply and wound up in the hospital. And while I was in the hospital, she filed for divorce.
It's very
This dude is pathetic.
Fortunate, Mike. I mean, it's a sad thing, but it doesn't really excuse tonight's behavior.
No, sir.
Would you agree? Say you're down for whatever she desires, and that you say you totally melt when you hear her voice, and that she has the voice of an angel.
So I bet she has.
Oh, I bet. You said, you were betting she. Okay, I see that. Very poetic lines you're writing there. It's like we may have another Shakespeare in our hands. You say that you're quickly falling in love with her already, but you're waiting to see how the night goes. Were you actually falling in love with her? Over text? Okay.
Dude, he's got like bird shit in his hair or something.
I mean, I have so many other women that I text, and they're probably just catfishes too.
You think they're catfish? Are you talking to any real person at the moment, Mike? In any of your contacts? Do you know they're catfish?
Well, one lives in Texas, the other one lives overseas.
Okay. Any Nigerian princesses?
You kind of look like a grizzly bear.
Yeah. How old are these girls you're talking to?
They're all in their 20s to 30s.
In their 20s. Okay. So why not continue talking to them and seeing where that goes?
Oh, I still talk to them.
Still talk to them. Okay. Well, why not do that instead of come to meet?
I mean, like I said, it was spur of the moment.
Mike, it wasn't spur. I mean, you talked to her throughout the workday. You said you were getting off at 8. You were waiting at McDonald's in Roseville. You knew she lived in Roseville. You're waiting to come meet her till she gave you the green light. But that's not spur of the moment. Spur of the moment is you're out and about, and then someone texts you, hey, do you want to come over? And you stop what you're doing and head right there. That's spur of the moment.
Well, if I could have left work early, I would have.
You would have what?
Left work early to come meet her.
To come meet her. Okay, okay. I guess that would be spur of the moment, but that's not what happened, Mike. For most of the day, you were planning it, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. And throughout the whole day, I mean, did you think, hey, this is legal, maybe I shouldn't do this, not worth the risk?
Absolutely.
You just couldn't resist? You were too curious? What was it? What made you still do it?
It was curiosity.
Okay. Why are we so curious about a year-old girl?
I was just curious about a girl interested in me.
Okay.
I wasn't focusing on age.
Okay, just more of like a vibe that you were getting. It's gonna be your main focus. And Mike, what movies do you have on here?
New releases and
New
old
releases.
stuff.
Okay. Is it like, are you pirating them or?
I'm not pirating them.
Okay, but you're just using something that allows you to watch early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything that comes on streaming shows up right here.
I see.
Like last night, I watched Thunderbolts.
Okay. Yeah.
See, now that's a nice legal thing to do with your time. Not meeting girls that you talk to online. It's not very legal, Mike. And can I just ask, why are we not wearing socks, Mike? What's going on there?
I haven't owned a pair of socks in a few months.
Why?
I live paycheck to paycheck.
So you don't buy socks, but you buy Happy Meals for little girls?
Well, I borrowed the money to do that.
You borrowed the money to get her a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
Who did you borrow it from?
Guy off the street.
Where did you meet this fellow?
He was hanging out in McDonald's parking lot.
And you politely asked?
He borrowed money from a guy hanging out in the parking lot to buy a cupcake at Happy Meal. That's freaking crazy.
And how did you go about it?
I just asked him if he had money for a Happy Meal.
Okay. Did you tell him who it was for?
No.
Just money for a Happy Meal?
Yeah.
And this gentleman just complied and gave you a few bucks to...
I traded him some cigarettes.
I see. Okay. Wow. Yeah, didn't know you did that. Goes to show, Mike, how far you were willing to go to for this girl. I mean, you're going above and beyond here. The real MVP, if you will.
Glad to hear the barter system still works. I mean,
yeah,
bucks for the buck.
Right. It would just be a lot better if, this was a legal adult. Where do we go from here, Mike? I mean, what do you think should happen to you, to someone that does a thing like this?
I should be held accountable.
Right. What do you think the proper, repercussions would be for someone that does this?
I can only imagine. Imagine my life is over.
Well, the good news is it may not be over, but this, unfortunately, Mike, it's not one of those things we can just walk away from. We have to let someone know. And I think your ex-wife and the mother of your child has the right to know what you did tonight.
But I wasn't leaving her for...
But, Mike, you said you'd be willing to go down on her. What does that mean?
Well, she asked me what kind of stuff I like to do with girls.
Okay. And you said?
And I like to perform more than I like getting.
Okay. But you see, you didn't have to say that, Mike. She didn't ask how you like to have. She just asked what you like to do with a girl, just in general. And your mind automatically went to. And Mike, did you bring condoms with you tonight?
No, because I didn't plan on having.
You don't have any condoms in your pocket?
No.
They're not in your car?
No.
Okay. I believe you said you don't use condoms, though, correct?
I dislike condoms.
You dislike them. Okay. Okay. You did say you dislike them. Mike, I think at least your ex-wife should know what's going on here. That way she hears it from the right person. She kind of knows what to expect. Wouldn't you agree? Do you want to pull your phone out and give her a call?
No.
No?
Not this late at night.
Okay. When did you want to do it?
Well, I see her tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, Mike, with what we have here, you may not see her tomorrow. I'm sure you know what I'm getting at here. Okay.
we haven't ate anything today.
Okay.
So we've been here, if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, Mike, I've got a couple of uncomfortable questions for you, and then I have a favor to ask before I call about our carryout order that we placed earlier, okay?
Okay.
So, you mentioned that you had a psychosis issue 8 years ago.
No, this is an ongoing
This is
psychosis.
ongoing. How long have you been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia?
For 10 years now.
For 10 years?
Yeah.
And you've lived with these conditions your whole life?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. How long have you been not using your medication?
2 months.
2 months? How do you feel?
I've been without sleep for the last 32 hours.
I can see it. You got the.
Yeah, you look awfully.
Eyes here, buddy.
You look awfully tired.
Yeah, you didn't need a nap here.
Mike, do you have anything else you have to say for yourself here?
I'm sorry.
Who are you sorry to?
My parents.
Well, what would they think?
Well, I showed them pictures of the Facebook profile and said I was gonna go meet her.
You didn't tell them how old she actually was?
No.
So right now they think you went to meet a 21-year-old female? Okay. Were you supposed to work tomorrow?
No.
No.
I had the next 2 days off.
Okay. Did you take one of the days off to hang out with tonight?
Yeah.
You took a day off work to hang out with her?
Yeah, because
Okay.
she wanted to hang out.
Was this going to be a paid day off?
Yes.
Oh, so you wouldn't lose any money?
No.
Okay.
So I gotta say this here, Mike. You know, dad to dad here. All right, I got kiddos too. That type of stuff makes me feel uncomfortable, right? Just like I know if you're a dad, right, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes here and think how you'd feel if you were sitting, if you walked in this house and strange person sitting on your couch talking to your child.
Yeah, especially with dirty, oily toenails and hasn't showered in quite a while. Definitely a concern. What's your normal car that you drive?
Well, like I said, I don't have a car right now.
So what car got you?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
It was my dad's Colorado.
Oh, it was your dad's. I imagine you can't be too happy about that. So if that car hadn't gotten in an accident, would you have used that same vehicle to come meet this girl tonight?
Possibly.
How do you think your dad would feel knowing that his car is being used for such activities?
He'd probably bloody my nose.
Probably. Is he more of a tough love kind of dad?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say he might kick your ass when he finds out about this?
Safe to say.
What are you gonna do to improve from here, Mike? Do you think there's a lesson to be learned from tonight?
At the very least, I should probably stick to bars.
It's not a bad way to meet women. I mean, granted, they're all legal in the bar. You can't go wrong.
Play any sports or anything growing up?
I played basketball in private school.
Okay.
Private school. Your parents paid for that school?
Yeah.
To have you go there? Okay.
Christian school, yeah.
Yeah. You got in trouble there, you got the paddle.
Oh boy, yeah. Can only imagine what they do if they found out about this.
They paddle any age.
Really?
Any age, wow. Do you think they paddle you for this?
It's a sin.
It sure is. I know you're talking about sinners. And well, Mike, if there's nothing else you have to say, I have to let you know that I'm Skeet Hansel with the Predatorial Investigation Unit. And do you know who I am?
Yes, sir.
You've seen me before?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that this whole time?
Yes, sir.
Do you watch my videos?
I have.
You have. And you still came to do a thing like this. No, and I'm sure you know that I'm based in Michigan.
I've seen your videos, yes.
Okay. Why didn't you say that from the get-go?
Well, I didn't recognize you, but...
Oh, but when I just said...
But the name...
The name. Okay, you know the name Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. How does it make you feel knowing that you may be featured in one of these videos? Did you ever think you would make it on the big screen?
I thought it was a possibility.
That you might? Okay. Before you came here to meet, you thought that was a possibility? Okay.
My coworkers even joked about it.
With you?
Yeah.
What made them joke about it?
They were like, watch, he's gonna wind up on the news tonight.
What, because you told them you were coming to meet?
Yeah.
And how old did you tell them was?
21.
And they said, watch her actually be or something like that, and you end up on the news. So at that point you didn't say, oh, well, she actually is? Or you still went with, oh, she's 21. That could have been a sign, your coworkers, I mean, joked with you and said, "Hey, watch him get caught on Skeet Hansen's channel." I imagine it's going to be devastating to know that that actually was the case.
Hi, Michael. How's it going?
Going okay.
Yeah. Explain to me what you're doing here.
I was here to meet a little girl.
Go ahead and stand up for me. Come this way. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Interlock your fingers for me.
Oh no, officer, he hasn't showered at all today, so just be careful. It's a little smelly. Yeah. Don't want you to catch any viruses or anything. Those toenails look just demonic, diabolical.
Okay, we're gonna walk out that door, okay?
Keep it real, Michael. Oh my God. In the back of the car with no shoes. Well, it's always easy with Roseville PD. They do great work, always responsive. And they just bagged and tagged Mike. You know, instead of Mike working at U-Haul, he got hauled away by Roseville police. I mean, you just love to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not a believer in socks either, so yeah, be careful in the back of your car. You might have to like deep wash it. Enterprise is gonna be pissed when they found out that their vehicle was used to come meet a year-old. they're gonna terminate his account. They're gonna ban him. Enterprise is definitely banning him.
They're gonna put a memo out.
Yeah, they're gonna blacklist him.
You can't go to any of them.
Blacklist him worse than his toenails. See the search. See what he's got in here. Oh my God, he's right here. You can see it right here. Oh my God, he brought a lightsaber. He was trying to be Anakin in real life and give his lightsaber to the younglings.
You can't make this up.
That's crazy. It's over, Mike. I have the high ground.
No socks, no condoms, but lightsaber.
But lightsaber, he brings lights. This guy's a mess. He has money. He's got like a $20 bill and like a 20 and a 1 there, bro. And there's another 5 there. There's a $5. He could have bought McDonald's, but he didn't have to ask a stranger. He's capping. Wow. What a grifter. Yeah, I think we're wrapping up here, boys. He is in the back of that cop car still, and that's the story of Mike. I think we're done with him for now. Now let's go inside and try to call his ex-wife and see if she picks up. You asked her if she's seen before. She asked what it feels like. You go into great detail.
I mean, I figure if I go to jail, they'll probably kill me, and that'll be the end of it.
So that's what you. So this whole thing is a death wish for you.
And Chester, I really don't mean any disrespect, but you're very proud of your and really not a lot to ever talk about, to be honest with you.
Well,
Just gonna.
that's your honest opinion,
It's
but
very,
I've had like 60 women who told me that it is a lot to be proud of. So
That
I'm
they
sorry
like it.
that
Okay. Maybe it's
you're jealous of my.
You mind standing up for me? Alright. Right now you're being detained and you're taken in for questioning, okay?
What up, boys? boys? It's your boy Skeet Hansen here. We are in the outskirts of Atlanta right now. We are in Monroe, Georgia, and we are out here with the boy Adam and Cole from the Real Pred Hunters, based out here in Georgia. They're going to be helping us out with this one. This is our boy Chester from, I think it's Byron, Georgia. And as you can see, he's trying to have a good time. I mean, look at this tongue. It looks almost STD infested. I think that's like a tongue ring that he has in there, but he also has like some kind of STD in there as well. So he's been chatting online for a while with our year-old decoy, and he is, let's just say, he's left nothing to the imagination. He talks a lot about how his penis hurts on grown women, and he does a lot of licking down there to get them ready because he's big. Let's just say I've never had a girl complain, and almost all say it's perfect. And if it was any bigger and thicker, it would be too big. He says it's like two of his fingers combined, and this screenshot over here, he sent a picture of his two fingers there. Look at that. Check that out. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good, right? It's girthy, right? You know? It's just so much. I mean, he just like went on. He left literally nothing to the imagination. He's asking the decoy if she's ever before, and she says no. He then goes into great detail of how it feels for someone to. He says it's like a release down there, and then he says, I feel their, meaning other girls, I feel they're pulsating from it. Other times it just tightens up and releases. But for some, it feels like climbing up steps. And then you finally reach the top. And then it's just greatness. But there can be really, really strong ones and weak ones. No two are the same. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. He's experienced. He's been with a plethora of women in his days. He's just a total playboy. He's had much experience with the female genitalia. Shoutouts to Ed Gein. Here he says, I keep my very clean, and mine has no smell. Girls just complain because it doesn't fit in their mouth, but they love to try. So at least, Chester here has the audacity to clean himself up before he comes in and
His tongue isn't that clean.
His tongue isn't clean,
Maybe
but yeah, maybe down there is a little. I mean, in every one of these screenshots, every time I swipe, the word is used at least 3 times in every screenshot. It's just bad, and he's just sending a picture of his boner in his pants. The girl says that she is in middle school or high school, and she's a cheerleader, and she was going in and out of practice. Chester at one point says, look at that, I have a popular cheerleader who can do splits on my I mean, Chester, she's not a stripper. I know we're in Atlanta and everything, but she's not a stripper, Chester. I mean, what do you... Oh my God, I can't even repeat some of this stuff. I mean, so, if you guys want the full scoop on the chat log, you're going to have to head over to skeetergene.locals.com, where I'm going to be posting all of this chat log in full so you can read through it. It's so much to go over right now. We're going to, go over some of it when Chester gets here, when I talk to him, but there's too much to go over right now. So, of course, he sent a pic. And not only that, but it is like he's cat sitting. He has a cat, so he's sitting in a chair right here. There's a kitten sitting over here. He's got his out. He took a picture. The cat's over here sleeping. So we had right next to a bowl of catnip too. Yeah. The worst thing that he sent here is a video. I can't show it to the camera. That Chester took, and it is a video of him displaying a picture of the decoy on a tablet, leaned up like this, and he is to this photo of who he thinks is, and he sent a whole video of it from start to finish, no pun intended. I mean, he's over at the gas station right now, ready to come over, and he's incriminating himself more and more, sending more and more sexually charged messages to the just before we meet him. So he's ready to come. Oh, this one looks like a micro peen. He took a picture of it.
That is?
He took a picture of it soft. He said it's soft. I have a grower. So he's a grower, not a shower. Yeah. as you said. So this would be your Facebook account here.
That ain't none of mine, but
It's none of yours.
I would never do nothing like that. I learned my lesson on that a long time ago. That happened in 1995 or 96.
95.
I had to register for the rest of my life.
Rest of your life, okay. And they send this picture of it looks like some in their hand. Can I see your left hand? Like the left one there. It looks
like my hand, yeah.
It looks like it. So put it like this. It's just like that in the picture. So if I just do a comparison of, you've seen it before, so that's, I mean, can you attest to that? Would that be your husband's genitals there? You guys ever dunk on this basketball hoop? You any good?
I'm not really, but I can't play ball.
Really?
Okay. No, I mean, no, those they can play ball all right, I'll tell you that.
There's already an investigation going on with this gentleman.
Oh, there is already?
What's your name?
My name is Skeet Hansen. You watch that before you came here to use it on.
Well, I know it was a setup, because I kept saying it was a setup, because she told me she was 19 on Badoo, and then she told me she was, and I kept asking if it was a setup and all this. I knew it was a setup.
Okay. So you purposely walked into a setup?
Hmm?
You purposely walked into a setup?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. I said it felt
Okay.
and all that, because I even said I'd never done anything like this before.
Okay.
What's
Chester, right?
Yeah.
Chester. Okay. Well, I would say it's nice to meet you, Chester, but
Yeah.
not under these
I'm just.
circumstances.
No, I mean, I knew it was a setup from the beginning, and
Chester, do you mind talking to us just a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, let me check you, make sure you don't have any weapons on you or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I think I got a pocket knife.
Make sure you don't have anything on you that'll hurt us.
I don't. Another thing is, I mean.
Well, Chester, you know, one thing you have on you is that tongue that you boast about, right?
Huh?
One thing you have on you is that tongue that you boast about, and the tongue ring. Okay.
And I even said it was set up, because she said she was 19, and then at one point it was 16 and 14. And I even mentioned several times that it was, a few times it was a setup and all
Yeah.
that. But
I know you mentioned that, the illegality of it, and you could go to jail and whatnot. I know you mentioned that.
Is, I've been suffering from depression and everything, and I don't give a shit about anything anymore. And
Okay. Well, you sure don't give a shit about the age of consent. You know,
well, I
see that. You do.
But I just want.
Now,
I figure I'm gonna die.
Now, Chester, you being depressed can't simply justify you trying to come here and have sex with.
No, I'm not justifying. Like
Okay.
That,
Okay.
I've not done anything.
You've never done it.
No.
Because, Chester, I'm not gonna lie to you. It seemed very easy for you to come here and do this today.
Well, I haven't. It's just, my mind ain't.
Is it not working right?
It's not that.
Okay.
I mean, just arrest me, send me to jail, let them kill me, and
Well,
get it over with.
here's the thing, Chester. I'm just here to ask you a few questions,
Mhm.
and it doesn't have to go there. You know, if we can get through this, and if we can know that you maybe won't do a thing like this again,
I'm not.
we can.
I mean, I don't.
Okay, well that's why I just want to talk to you. Okay.
I mean, I've got kids and stuff.
You got kids.
and
How old are your kids, Chester?
My son's 21, my daughter's 25.
Okay. So at one point they were the same age as the girl you're here to meet tonight,
Yeah, and
right?
I know she was. I mean, I figured she was an undercover cop. In fact, I started asking her if she was an undercover cop and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I figured.
What made you think she was an undercover cop?
I mean, just because she was on Badoo and they check all that.
Sure.
So
Okay.
I knew from the when it started out, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm 16."
Okay, but so you figured she's an undercover police officer.
Mhm.
So you come to meet that undercover police officer is the thinking. Why did you do that if you thought that she was an undercover?
I mean, because it's like, well, I'll go to jail. And
So you want to go to jail?
I mean, I figure if I go to jail, they'll probably kill me, and that'll be the end of it.
So that's what you. So this whole thing is a death wish for you.
I don't know, honestly. I mean,
You know, Chester, there's easier ways to go out.
yeah, I could put it in my head and blow my brains out. I mean,
You could.
it
That'd
is
be,
that way.
you know. I mean, it would be a little bit easier than accosting online and showing up to what
She
looks
was
like.
never- she wasn't.
Well, here's the
we know
thing.
she wasn't a.
Well,
she said she was 19, so get over that fact.
Well,
She
Chester.
claimed she was 19, but she was 19 when she was on Badoo. Badoo checked
Chester,
on
let
her,
me
so.
explain. Her profile may have said 19 on Badoo, but she told you that she was right.
But we know she wasn't.
But you
She
knew
wouldn't have been on Badoo.
Okay, but you knew the whole time.
Can I
Okay.
ask you, Chester, if you knew, according to what you're saying, that she was 19, but we all know she's 19, why did you say several times that you acknowledge that you can go to jail and get in trouble for this? If she
You
was
did.
19, that wouldn't be the case.
Because,
You did say that, Chester.
yeah, I mean, because, I mean, in the back of my mind, I mean, I know, it's, like I said, I mean, I can go to jail and get it over with. Because
Okay.
I know if I go to jail, that, I mean,
Okay.
it's death then, and.
Oh, well, not necessarily.
Yeah, it is. We've all seen the videos and
Okay.
all that, and the guys go in there, they're like, what's your papers? And they show them their papers, and they're dead within 5 minutes. So.
Okay. Hey, like I said, Chester, I mean, it doesn't have to go there. I just want to ask you, a few questions. I mean, pretty much right off the bat, you start talking sexual to her as soon as she discloses that she. You talk about how big you are, and if it was any thicker, it'd be too big. You're very, braggadocious about it. You talk about using lube, and you say that I always bring lube with me. Did you bring lube with you tonight?
I always keep it with
You always
me.
keep it with you,
I mean,
just in case of an emergency. Or...
well, I mean, the girls I usually meet are like over 20 and above.
Okay, so you just never know when you're going to whip out the lube, right? Okay. Well,
I mean,
fair enough.
I mean, okay, I was married to my kid's mother, and she ran around on me. And then
Okay.
in my second marriage, she was an alcoholic, and she would yell and scream. And
How again does that correlate with you carrying lube everywhere you go?
yeah, I just carried it. I mean, like I carried a set of clothes and stuff.
Okay. It's just on the essentials. I hear you. Phone, keys, wallet, lube. I got you.
And clothes.
Of course. At one point, she's asking you, well, you talk about, you asked her if she's came before. She asks what it feels like. You go into great detail of what it feels like, saying that it's like climbing up steps, and then you finally reach the top, and then it's greatness. And there's strong and weak ones, and no two are the same. So, you get around a lot. It seems you know a lot about the female genitalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty experienced. Okay. But never with any children.
Also,
you talk about how a previous female you were with said, "I can't believe I came 3 times while you were eating my without stopping," and it seemed like that's sort of what you wanted to do with her, right?
Yeah.
Because you sent a picture to her,
okay,
stick your tongue out.
What I sent. I mean, I know you're trying to you're reading it back to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
So,
not going to not. I mean,
well, let me ask you, Chester, if had been here, like you thought you were coming to meet, what would have happened?
well, I don't know, honestly.
You don't know. Do you think you think you might have did something bad?
At this point, I have no idea.
So 50-50 shot.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, my nerves and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay. Okay, and seems you boast a lot about what you've done with girls in previous relationships, assuming they were adults. And
yeah.
I know you sent a video.
I'll take a lot of respect for. I mean.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't think you're lying or anything right now. But at one point you sent a video. You said it was you having sex with another female, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you recall how old that female was in that video?
Yeah, she was 20. She posted it on.
She was 20.
Yeah, she
Okay.
posted it on OnlyFans or something.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so you're a bit of an OnlyFans star too. Bit of an OnlyFans star too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're getting out here. Look at you. I mean, you talk about anal sex. You say you keep your penis, your cock very clean and has no smell. And a lot of girls complain because they can't fit in their mouth. And
What does
then
I have no idea.
It's a good
but I know
question.
Girls don't complain.
you haven't any complaints. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Some Old
'Cause I
Spice.
take a shower and everything.
That's good. That's good because we talk to a lot of individuals that are doing what you're here to do tonight. They usually don't smell the greatest, so I do commend you for taking a shower and all that, Chester. You talk about how you want to take her panties off and eat her up and make her squeal.
Yeah.
And you talk about how good she probably tastes.
I mean, I'm not denying anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going over what I have here, and you later on you do send her a picture of your penis.
I've seen several pictures.
Several, yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
deny any of that. I
Yeah.
mean, I sent
Why-
one of me having sex with others.
Yeah, you sent that. Well, why did you feel it was appropriate to send that to a girl that's telling you she's?
I mean, because she had said she had sex with a guy that was 55 or 56 before, so she had seen
Okay.
it before.
Okay, so you figure why not just show her, remind her what it looks like.
I mean, I knew it was a trap.
Knew it was a trap, and it was your way of getting in jail,
Well, I just.
like you want, because you said you wanted to go to jail. I think.
Well,
is what
it's
it
not
sounded.
so much go to jail. I just
Okay.
know that if going to jail, they'll just kill me and be done with it.
So you have a death wish.
I just.
That's what it sounds like.
I've
Chester.
been suffering from depression and everything.
That's what it
since
sounds
I was
like.
in the military and stuff.
Your military, was it Air Force? Okay. He was in the Air Force too.
And
His name's also Chester.
I've been suffering from major depressive disorder. since
Okay.
I was-
But at one point she did mention she is a cheerleader, goes to practice, and then you say, look at that, I have a popular cheerleader who can do splits on my... Now, Chester, she's a girl in high school, not a stripper. I mean, I get you're in Atlanta, but she's not a stripper here. I mean, what are you thinking here with this message? Were you really intending on having the or do a split on your penis?
No, I mean,
No.
that just, I mean, that wasn't working.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't think. Are you just talk a big game? You think is that more what it is? Okay. Okay. And then you want to spread her little lips apart and slowly lick from the bottom of her hole to her little, then run your tongue back and forth across the lip until you beg me to stop.
No, what would have
I mean,
happened if
Chester, that's it's
Let
just
me-
so graphic.
What would have happened if I left and not came? Because
If you had left and didn't show up at all, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we?
because I was close to leaving, and then she's like, "No, you can come." Because
Okay.
when she was like, "Just wait," and then I was like, "I'm about to."
Well, I think you were talking about how excited you were and how bad you wanted her. I believe last night even you sent a picture of your penis, I believe.
Yeah.
It seemed like you were very excited to meet the girl.
And Chester, I really don't mean any disrespect, but you're very proud of your penis. There's really not a lot there to talk about, to be honest with you. You talked a whole lot more than.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just gonna.
that's your honest opinion,
It's
but
very-
I've had like 60 women who told me that it is a lot to be proud of. So
That
I'm
they
sorry
like it.
that
Okay. Maybe it's the.
you're jealous of my.
I need to be apologizing.
Oh no, no.
I mean,
Chester,
I've had
no.
a lot of women tell me, and they always say it hurts and so.
Okay. Well, Chester, hey, no
You can't
one's.
put me down when I know it's
No.
big.
Okay. Hey, we'll take your word for it. No one's insulting you or anything. You
I
know.
ain't insulted. I don't really.
Okay.
I mean,
We don't need to. We don't need to compare Johnson sizes. We're just making a comment.
All right. Are you gonna read me my rights and what?
Well,
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just asking you a few questions here, just specific
You're
things
reading
about.
everything I said,
Yeah.
so
Just specific things about here.
I mean,
about the
keep
chat log
reading,
here.
and then are you
Okay.
gonna read me my rights or?
Okay.
Oh,
It's
if you want to, you haven't read me my rights yet,
okay.
but if you are gonna read me my rights, I do want an attorney present.
Okay. Well, we're getting there. Can I just ask you about the picture you sent with your penis out here? It looks like in front of your cat. Is that your cat? Your pet cat there in the bed?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There.
With her, yeah.
Okay. How many animals do you have in the house?
I've got 2, and my son's got 3.
Okay. And about how old is the cat here?
She's about 6 years old.
6. Okay. Now, being that you're here to meet, I just have to ask: is anything funny going on with the cat, with the feline?
Are you a nasty ass
Hey.
bestiality?
I'm not, but you'll be.
For you to be asking.
Well,
like that.
Chester, you'll be surprised at what I've seen. Okay.
There's some nasty fuckers in this world.
There are some
That
nasty.
is disgusting.
I mean, coming to have sex was pretty disgusting, but bestiality is that where you draw the line? Okay. That's where you draw. Okay. Now, Chester, is there just? I mean, is there anything else you have to say here about, what you said in this chat log? I know it's a lot of you just going on about what you want to do.
You're gonna shame me. If you don't take me to jail, you're gonna post it everywhere and try to embarrass me. So
I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to.
Yeah, you are.
I'm here to find out why.
I mean, you can either arrest me and send me to jail, let them do it, or I guess if whatever, I'll just.
Okay.
I'll go take some pills or whatever.
Take some pills. Okay. Well, we don't want it to get to that point, Chester. We just want to.
It is what it is.
Why do you say that? Why haven't you had anything to live for? Don't you have 2 kids that?
Well, my son constantly yells at me and screams at me, and he's destroyed my $200,000 house. He calls me worthless. He says I'm a shitty parent. I mean, he's got some autism, and he constantly puts me down, and he's tried to choke me before, and it's just never ending.
Are you a parent?
I don't think so. I mean, I've done the best I could for him and everything, but it's never enough for him.
Okay. Why does he think that?
Because he wants everything his way. I mean, his mom has gone no contact with him. His sister's gone no contact with him because he's threatened to kill her and everything.
Okay.
And I've told him, look, I'm all that you have left. I mean, he works a full-time job, but I mean, he can get a job easy and then lose it, and then he'll blame me. Like, everything's my fault, everything. But, I mean,
well, that doesn't sound fair.
Yeah, but like, he's like, you gotta quit, like, you're going to, like, you better be here in the morning to get me to work. And I'm like,
okay.
You're 21 years old. You're a grown-ass man. It's time for you to live for your fucking self. I mean, what are you gonna do when I'm not here?
Yeah, I imagine you don't let him talk to you like that.
Oh, he talks to me like that all the time. And if I say anything, he screams and yells even more. And he's put holes in the walls and every fucking thing else. And I'm always just depressed. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, it's just.
Okay. And would you say your relationship with your son has a lot to do with that?
I mean, he's been like this since he was 4 years old. I mean, he started going to alternative school when he was in elementary school and stuff. And, I've had mental illness for years and years and years, and then that just compounded it. And, they've had me on a bunch of different mental or pills, and I've had migraines since I was in the Air Force. And
I mean, what would your son think about what you're doing here tonight?
No, he told me he's going to that's somebody that's underage.
He told you that before. Why would he tell you that? Was it out of the blue, or what led him to tell you that? To bring that up?
I mean, because he sees videos of people doing stuff like that, and he's like, oh, I'd kill anybody that does that.
Oh, he's seen videos like this, and he said if he saw you in one of these videos, then.
Oh yeah, pretty much. So.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm very seldom at a loss for words, but this is just the things you're typing in this within the transcripts here and sending. It's just, it's just uncalled for.
Yeah.
And you even propose the idea of having fun with her friend.
Yeah.
It's just, some of these I can't even repeat. It's just.
Yeah.
Says the friendly.
I mean, what do you want? I mean, are you?
Well, Chester, do you? I mean, what would your son think about what you're doing here tonight?
I mean, he,
What do you think?
he's been like this since he was 4 years old. I mean, he started going to alternative school when he was in the Air Force. And,
I'm gonna ask you, what do you think should happen?
I guess I need to either go to jail or go kill myself. And
I think one of those options is better than the other.
I'm not doing that for sympathy. Well, if I go to jail, I'm gonna die. So, I mean, I'm gonna die or I'm gonna die. So, I mean, what do you want me to do?
Were we still were we still ordering pizza? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chester. Oh, yeah, should have been. You want to check on that? There's not many pizza places around here. Anyway, sorry, Chester. I didn't mean to cut you off there. What were you saying? You said die or go to jail. I mean, I think one of those options is better than the other.
No, it's not.
You don't think so? How do you think you would fare in jail if you did go to jail for something like this?
Not good.
Okay. So it's interesting that you say that you think you should go to jail, because not many. We talked to a lot of individuals who were doing the same thing, and not many of them think that they should go to jail. So that's.
Well, I mean, I know what I did was wrong.
You know what you did was.
I mean, it was wrong, and I've never done it before, and I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean,
and just so I have it straight, your whole plan was to purposely get caught so that you could.
Well, not purposely to get caught, but it was.
Oh, Chester, you said you knew what it was. And
yeah,
you still.
It was in the back of my mind. I'm gonna get caught and probably go to jail.
Would you say that you thought there was a high likelihood of it, but you didn't know for sure? And
I wasn't.
You think maybe you were just curious? You wanted to find out.
Yeah, and then I would be able to get away from my son.
Okay.
God.
So it all okay. So you just don't have the best relationship with your son. Okay.
You don't know how much. I mean, he is good once in a while, but he makes me. I mean, like. He's like he wants C4 drinks every morning. 2 of them go to fucking work. And like,
sounds like he has a problem.
Like I didn't get him one morning, and I had to run out first thing in the morning because he started yelling and screaming and bitching. That's why I told you to go get him at night.
Okay.
Oh my. But.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah. It sounds like it's a bad relationship with your son.
I was like, there's a high likelihood that it is a setup. She's an undercover cop. I should have asked, but I know she would have denied.
Should have asked, hey, are you a cop? Yeah.
Shit, but,
right.
Chester, are you retired or what do you do for a living?
I work for the federal government, so I guess my security clearance is gone.
What do you do? You do like contracts or like background? What do you do? Like background checks or you?
No, I make contracts for the federal government, so I guess my job's done here. So.
How many years you been doing that?
Since 2008, so almost 20 years.
I mean, it's just to put it all in jeopardy, just to quote unquote cover daddy's little girl and daddy's you say. You say I'm gonna fill that full of my baby making juice. Chester, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Were you intending on getting her pregnant, or?
I can't get her pregnant.
Are you? You have a vasectomy? Okay. You know your son is gonna find out about this at some point. Do you want to give him a call and let him know kind of what's going on here?
No, because.
Okay, I just feel like it should come from you, if.
Well,
you know,
I mean, are you?
From when he finds out.
So he'll have a gun ready for me when I get home. So.
Well, we don't want that to happen. Maybe we can.
Well, you don't know my son.
Well, you say your son watches videos like this, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
there's a good chance your son knows who I am.
Well, my son, like, he like rides down the road and threatens to shoot people, and he carries a gun on him right off the time.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna probably get killed, but I don't feel like him shooting, getting shot and stuff. So.
Do you feel like your life is in danger at home? Do you feel unsafe at home?
Yeah.
You feel unsafe sometimes with your son?
Yeah.
Okay. How often is he there?
Every night.
Every night. Works during the day. Okay. He doesn't have a girlfriend or anything, or friends?
He has friends and stuff, but he's on the drugs and stuff, so.
Yeah. Okay. What was it about this girl, Chester, that piqued your curiosity and made you want to come over here, two hours away or so? Daddy's little
I
baby,
don't know.
is what you said.
Honestly, I mean, it's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so.
You just wanted to do it first thing. You just wanted to
Moaning, running her nails
I
up
have
and down my
no,
back.
I mean, honestly, because, like I said, I figured it was a setup from the beginning, but I don't.
Well, what about the mother of your children? What do you, I mean, she would have to be devastated about this. Do you keep in contact with her?
Well, my daughter lives with her.
Your daughter
and
lives, okay.
We semi-talk to the kids, but we never
Okay.
had a good, great relationship, because she cheated on me multiple times.
Okay. Why do you think she did that?
I have no idea.
I mean, to cheat on a guy with such a huge
No,
cock.
it started out when I was going to college, because I was going to college, I was working full time, I was getting 21 hours. And she moved back to Georgia because she wanted to be down here close to her parents, and then she started running around on me when she moved back to Georgia, because I was like, well, I need to finish up my college degree and stuff, so.
Damn, Chester, these hoes ain't loyal. I'll tell you. I mean, hey, maybe she found a guy that was 3 fingers girth, and you said yours is 2. You showed the picture of you.
You're not.
with 2 fingers.
I have no emotion, honestly. I don't.
Okay. I mean,
I don't get sad. I don't get happy.
Well, you just said you were depressed.
I'm depressed, but I don't.
Oh, it's different.
Get sad or happy or.
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
It seems like what would make you happy is covering this girl in daddy's.
I don't.
That's
I don't
from what you
honestly
say.
think that would make me happy.
No.
I just.
What was to gain from this then? Would you say this is a plot for you to get away from your son?
Part of it is.
Okay.
I mean.
You could have said that, Chester.
But part of it is also, like, I used to have a lot of emotions and feelings, and that I'm like, I don't have an emotional connection anymore.
Just sexual.
Yeah, I mean, I have sexual gratification, but
okay.
I don't understand why I don't have feelings like I did when I was younger. Something.
Do you see a therapist?
I've tried therapists. They never helped me. They never worked. I've been through many medicines, and they don't work either.
Well, maybe it's just a matter of finding the right therapist.
They're tweaking my medicines again. They started tweaking them like a month or 2 ago. They started mixing them and trying them again.
Oh, Chester, I forgot to ask you, when you made this video of you jacking off to her picture on the tablet, in your mind at this point you thought this was alright, and you're jacking off and you're climaxing to this picture of her. What were you thinking then? What was the thinking behind taking this video and sending it?
But I guess she'd like it.
You thought she'd like it. Well, it sure seemed like you liked this picture of a that you were getting yourself off to. It's just so foul, Chester. And for me, seeing something like that coming from you, it just speaks miles. How long has this attraction been going on for you, Chester?
I usually date. I mean, I date like 20 and up. I mean.
Okay.
But this I just.
And when was the first time you would view?
I mean, I hadn't gone out and like sought it.
You didn't search for it, but how did you come across it?
Like a long time ago, it used to be in Reddit and stuff, and I'd go through Reddit and stuff. would pop up and stuff, but I didn't like really pay. I'd see it and I'd just move
Just
on.
random Reddit pages.
Yeah, or when you were searching on the internet a long time ago and stuff like that. In fact, I used to, like, when I come across stuff, I'd like turn it in and stuff. I don't
You'd
remember.
report it.
Huh?
You'd report it.
I would.
So you would accidentally come across it.
Yeah, years ago I would come across them. I would. I would
Did you ever accidentally download any of it or save it to your? Okay. Do you remember when you came across it on accident?
God.
Last few years.
It's been longer than that. This was like when it was like out there and it was and you could see it because
well, I'm gonna be real with you, Chester. You don't just come across. You don't just accidentally stumble across it. So,
I mean,
what were you searching or what kind
I think
of
we're gonna call it tonight. Y'all have a good night.
Where you came across that?
I think this was like in the late '90s. So
oh,